Smash is filmed in front of a live streaming audience.
Oh, you're the wrong size. I didn't get this scene set up. I set up the other one. But hello.
That's okay.
my
I'm good
friend.
like this.
Yeah, we'll fix it. Welcome everyone to Smash or Trash. This is our third episode. This is a little show that Cheg and I have done a couple of times already. Let me get this going. Look at you, the right size and everything. But we are going to do this little game show. It's called Smash or Trash, where we're going to take a look at World of Warships ships from World of Warships randomly. They'll pop up and we'll take a look at each one. We'll discuss them. We'll decide if it's a ship that should be smashed or given a great big hug, let's say, or trashed, just thrown in the bin. We don't need the boat anymore. Cheg, this is not the kind of ship show where we would talk through and be real serious about our, the ships. This isn't like a good ships, bad ships for reals. It's really just for fun.
Quite the opposite, yeah. This is more of like our personal feeling about ships. We play a lot of ships. We've been playing them over the years. Clyde and me probably played all the ships in the game, or most of them.
So. Yeah.
And there's a technical side of each ship and how good it is, and then that's also questionable because is it good in random games or high-end competitive gameplay or whatnot, right? And then we are not experts on this by any means, but we love ships and we play them, and each ship has a feel to it, right? Like there's some ships that people don't like, but you might like and enjoy. And if that's how I feel about a ship, that's going to be a positive one for me. That's going to be a smash, right? And it doesn't necessarily mean it's a good ship overall, right?
Right, exactly. and we will talk about things about the ships that are kind of actually serious, but we're also just going to be like, this boat makes me smile and it is dumb, and that can factor in. As we're talking about all of these things, of course, we've got the chat in the house too. We are recording this live on Twitch at twitch.tv/ClydePlaysLive. That's my channel. You can come visit me there. You can of course also visit Cheg at twitch.tv/justcheg. No underscore, right? Just Cheg, right?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And spend some time over in his channel. If you're watching this later on YouTube, we will include those links down in the description of this video so you can find the two of us if you'd like. We both stream relatively frequently, and you can come hang out on our live programs if you want. Anything else to say at the beginning, Cheg, or should we just jump into it and get started?
Thank you for the kind words. I'm not very I nowadays I stream again a little bit more, but trying to do it like 3 times a week, but
on again, off again.
Sometimes it's like once or whatever.
Well, we'll get right into it. I'm going to hit this button and I'm going to explain the rules of the game. So just below me here, we've got our chat box. So chat, be on your best behavior if you don't mind. But we've also got, of course, Cheg across the way. I'm right here. We've each got 3 vetoes and 1 Uno reverse card. Now, the Uno reverse card is the most powerful tool that we have in our toolkit. If I take one of the boats, I actually will go first. We'll take a look at the boat. I'll talk through it and I will tell you what I think of the boat. I will say this boat is a smash. This boat needs to be trashed. And you can veto that. If you veto, I lose, and that boat gets the opposite treatment. So I think last time I said, I actually think that Albemarle is a good boat, so sue me, deal with it, and you vetoed me there. You might have even reversed me.
I think it was Marlborough. But
it was Marlborough, yeah. I might have said Albemarle. But anyway, yeah, I said, oh, no, this is a good boat. And so you can use a veto to say, no, it's not. And then I can either accept that you vetoed my vote, or I can use my one and only Uno reverse. And the way these buttons work is as we consume them, they go away like this. And of course, you don't get them back. So we have limited numbers of rejections there. That's how this is going to work. So Cheg, if you're ready, I'll kick off the first one.
Yeah, go for it.
Okie doke. The first boat is, it's Hector. So Hector is a tier 9 research points boat. It's a Commonwealth cruiser, and this is an ultralight. So the guns are smaller than 149 millimeters, which means there's a captain skill you can use that gives you, I think it's more damage, which if you have guns bigger, 149 millimeters or larger, those guns result in you having worse detection. So because this boat has small guns, you can take that skill, get the bonus damage, but suffer no negative penalty. I love Hector. This boat's an easy smash
Mm.
for me. I like
Oh,
ultralight
really?
cruisers. The boat's really easy to die in. It is not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. It's not an overpowered ship by any stretch. It's got a lot of torpedoes. It's got excellent concealment, and I really dig how much HE you can sling out with the guns. And in fact, the turrets on the front. I'll when you're talking, I'll show you what the turrets look like. That 4-pack of
It's
turrets
one
in a
of the.
diamond is really weird looking. Yeah, go ahead.
It's very unique, like visual or like concept of how the guns are placed, right? You have like most of your firepower comes from the front.
Yes.
Well, I'll give some negatives to this ship.
Yeah, go for it.
First of all, it's still tier 9, and even though I really like some of those ships, that's not very popular because a lot of folks will get their steel like you don't have many steel ships because you can get them.
This one's research
rarely.
bureau, research points.
Oh, it's research.
Yeah. But it's still the concept that you're sharing is
Same,
pretty.
yeah.
It's still accurate.
You can't get tier 10, right? Like in most of the people will go for tier 10s and then leave tier 9s for later.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the reasons Hector is not very often, at least on my. So we didn't mention that I play on EU mostly. Clyde plays on NA mostly.
Right.
On EU, I don't know if it's the same on NA, but on EU you very rarely see Hector.
Same. You never see this boat ever.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, that's actually a positive. Just like you, I like playing like gimmicky ships that not a lot of people like.
Weird boats. Yeah.
But Hector doesn't work for me because, I just die in it super easy. You could technically kite with this ship. Even though the guns are placed in a really weird, mostly frontal position, they do have good angles, kind of. So some of them, and you have three turrets on the back as well, as you've shown. So you do have some, like you can kite and shoot, but tier 9s, unfortunately, in today's game with the super ships, kiting can be very difficult in this thing. Like you can get clapped even if you properly angle and whatnot. So it's a scary ship to play. I am not a big fan of Hector, but I'm very intrigued by its looks. I don't hate it. I don't have any hatred towards this ship at all.
Yeah.
And I get one of those when I see her in game. I'm like, oh, it's Hector. It's like a nice feeling.
It's special to see. It's like when you see a rare car or something like oh wow, I haven't seen a I don't know, a Pantera
it's quite
in a while
rarity,
or whatever. I mean, I haven't seen one of those since I was a kid or whatever. And that makes it kind of special when you see Hector. There are a lot of things about this boat that are bad, right? 0 armor, 0 hit points. You mentioned super ships giving this ship trouble. 100% true. But I think that you don't even need a super ship to give this guy a hard time with AP shells, right?
No, they're tier 8s that will clap it easily, right? So you gotta be very careful.
Now, I think if like Tiger 59 had this many guns and these capabilities with its radar and all of that stuff, people would think it's an amazing ship. Oh, and I didn't mention this boat has smoke. It does not have radar, but it does have hydros. It's got 4 quad torpedo launchers, and it can stealth torpedo, things like that, right? So it's got a lot of things that make it fun, but those things are
gimmicky.
They're a little gimmicky. They're a little situational. And you will have great games in the Hector, but you will have an equal number or an exceedingly large number of bad games in Hector, depending on how much you play into her strengths and try to avoid her weaknesses. Hujam says, I love seeing Commonwealth cruisers on the enemy team. That is a free dev strike for my team. Scotta says, that's a smash. Kale Cantola says, with the tech tree Commonwealth heavies in the game, Hector is actually pretty power crept, which I think is a reasonable thought, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think the tech tree ships are exactly like this one because this boat's got such a stealth thing that those ones don't really have, but they're definitely in the same family of ships, and so I can totally see that take.
It also has a Vallejo kind of.
Another unpopular ship that we like.
Yeah, people don't really know what's going on when they see you. Like they're like, "What is Hector?"
Right.
when is that coming out? Is it a test ship, or like they don't, like with Vallejo, they don't know if you have radar. Well, nowadays you can check all this
Yeah.
in in the player screen, but yeah, it's kind of like if it surprises you, might not know what's going on. You might not know. It has element of surprise for sure.
Board side says, what's the range on the hydros? Hector has the British style hydros. So 3 kilometers for torpedoes and 3 kilometers for ships. So they're really defensive hydros. You're not going to use them to bully somebody, but this ship's not tanky enough to bully anybody in that way anyway, right? You're going to want to be using your range and your stealth to stay safe. So again, for me, it's an easy
or
smash.
smoke.
But
she loves
and the
smoke as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm calling it as a smash. Now you can veto that should you wish.
I'm not gonna veto.
Yeah.
I think that's okay. It's so rare. It's such a gimmicky ship. I think people either love it, like you and Scadoni, and play it, and or just don't like. I don't think there are people who hate Hector. You mentioned Tiger 59 for the sake of our game. I'm not gonna say anything about that ship now.
I think we did that one already, didn't we? I think we did.
Did we do? No way. Did we do?
I'd have to go look at the old videos and see.
We should have like a list of ships that we did. Maybe I'll do it after, but now I'm curious. But yeah. You can have it. You can have it. I'm okay with this one.
Okay, we're gonna call this one a smash then.
She's smashable.
Alrighty, we're gonna jump into our next ship here, and that ship is called Viribus Unitus or Unitus. This one is yours, Cheg. What do you think?
Wait, is this rigged? Definitely.
Is it rigged? I have no idea what your opinion on this boat is.
Well, I can talk about this ship for hours, man. Okay, so we have another rare that not many people are playing, probably especially in the US. This is an Austrian dreadnought that is in-game played under the European flag. It's a Tier 5 dreadnought-style battleship. Real ship, still museum, somewhere in Italy. At the end of its career, it belonged to the Italian Navy. Or Austrian, maybe I'm wrong. And it had a very, very interesting fate. Her last day in service, she actually was given to Yugoslavia, which at the time was Kingdom of Serbs, Slovenes, and Croats. So this is the only battleship that my region had as a flagship. Unfortunately, the 2 frogmen, Italians, who did not know the outcome of the war because Austria capitulated while they were underwater, if that makes sense, on the mission, not literally, but like on the mission.
Yeah.
They did not know what's happening, and they went to the port and they mined the ship. They were caught. I'll just give you a short TLDR. I'm about to end. They were caught, and they said they did mine the ship. And the entire crew was disembarked. They didn't want to disclose where the mines are. They said they're on a timer, and when the timer passed and the ship did not explode, the crew went back on because they didn't trust the Italians. Unfortunately, the ship did explode like 15 minutes after, and I think most of the crew, if not all of the crew, died. It was like 100+ people.
Whoa.
She was sunk in the port. In game, this ship is very slow, as you can imagine, as a dreadnought. I think people don't know that she has very, very good HE. And on these low tiers, you can do like 100,000 damage in this thing because, again, people don't know what the hell is going on. What is this thing? She's not very often seen in game. And for like personally, there's no way I would give this ship anything but smash. You just heard the story. This is the only battleship that we ever had. So it's kind of historically biased, definitely. And I love Viribus Unitis. I think it's amazing that she's in the game. I would like to visit the museum at some point as well. So yeah, from like, and I also like playing her. I do pick Viribus sometimes in tier 5. It's a silly tier, right? But yeah, she's fun for me to play. I'm done.
No,
Sorry.
that's awesome, dude. Like I've never heard that story before, and I did not know anything about this ship really. I knew it was Austrian or whatever, Austro-Hungarian, and I've
Yep.
played it before. You mentioned it was slow. It's 20.5 knots, which is slow.
Yep.
That's about the right speed for a battleship of this tier, with the exception of like the Congos, which go faster. I like the 12 gun broadside on this. There's a lot of low armored targets that you can hit with Viribus, and you can just knock them out of the water, which is pretty awesome. We've got a greeting from Jovanka in chat who says, "This boat was parked 500 meters from my balcony." That's pretty cool. Some actual personal ties from some of you guys. And I had never heard the story that you just told. So like, obviously for those interested, there's almost certainly more facts than what Cheg had time to share with you right there. Go look it up, go learn more about this boat. That's rad. I'm a fan of
Yeah, I
this
think
boat
even on
as
its
well.
Wikipedia page, you can just find the whole story, and it's
Yeah.
pretty accurate, and some pictures and whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the laziest research, but it's worthwhile to at least go read that, right? I mean, there's like you said, there's
True.
pictures and good information. That's perfect. It's probably what I'll do. But I like this boat. I like that it's got 12 guns, a big 12 gun broadside. I think they're 305 millimeter guns. Yes, 305s. 23% fire chance again. That's not just a flat 23. It's actually countered by the fire resistance of the target you're shooting at. There's a whole bunch of math involved. I have a video about it elsewhere on the YouTube channel. But like that's pretty good for 12 shells at that tier. There's not going to be a lot of fire resistance for lower tier boats. It gets stronger as the ships go up in tier. So you probably will do really well with the HE, especially having 12 opportunities there. I've always found this boat to be fun to play. I think when people say, what's your favorite tier 5 battleship? People come out with things like, Giulio Cesare and things like that, because there's a lot of competition at tier 5, but this is a really serviceable one.
Agincourt as well, right? Like there's some really fun ships to play at 5.
Yeah.
And not even I would say that this is my favorite tier 5 ship, but it can be fun. There's a lot of shells flying from this thing. And you're right.
Yes.
If you get in like tier 5 ships in tier 7 matchups are struggling. But funnily enough, you switch to HE and you start setting, the enemy team on fire with this, and you're gonna have some good time. And killing higher tier ships is always lucrative. So yeah.
And I think because there's just so much competition at tier 5, players miss this boat, and you probably have one if you've played for a long time, especially if you've ever purchased like a Santa crate or anything. Like this is one of those boats that you would probably have gotten on accident, even like, and if you haven't had a chance to try it, go do it. I think this is a smash for a tier 5 battleship. And it's worth playing. It's a little bit odd because you probably have a Euro captain that is not a battleship captain, but that means that you probably have a decent captain to come and put on this boat too, which makes it easy to take in there and have some points and feel like you're pretty well equipped to do well.
Yeah, the problem with this is a big ship. I mean, big, because if you have a European battleship, it's going to be from Karl Johan, right? Which is a secondary battleship, and this is definitely not a ship you want to play secondary. So
that's true.
That's a downside, but it is what it is. I mean, at tier 5, any 21 captain will be pretty good. You know what I mean? Like it's just a little bit of a bonus to it. So
yeah. I mean, a lot of people will be running like 6-point captain. So if you had a 15 or even a 20-point captain, you'd be doing really well. Well, I think this is a easy smash. I'm certainly not going to counter that proposal from you. So here we go.
She's smashable.
That saved me my reverse for sure, because I couldn't let. Well.
Nope, sorry, I missed some of that. What were you saying?
Yep, I was talking over it. I said that saved me my Uno reverse because I couldn't let Viribus go down as a trash. So I'm happy.
Can you imagine if I had vetoed you? Burning you're like, nope, Uno reverse is amazing. Scott points out the ship is short. I actually had that thought, but I failed to mention it. It's really short and it turns really well too. So she's pretty good at avoiding torpedoes in my experience. I'd have to go play her again to kind of remember how it feels. But she's a stubby one, and that's a good thing in an old battleship. Bayern has that same kind of shape as well, kind of short, but still mighty, at the same time. If we go to our next boat, I have too many windows open. I'm trying to have stuff happening. Here we go. Okay. Wiesbaden. When I was in Belgrade, I did an interview with with
You did an interview with a lot of people.
I know. and now
Actually, a
I'm-
good video on your channel. Just saying.
No, thank you. As we shill all of my videos here.
Of course, why
with,
not?
oh my gosh, I cannot remember any names. He's a German streamer. He's a super chill guy.
Trendless?
Trendless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Trendless, if you're watching, I apologize. Hopefully you have better things to do. But anyway, I did an interview with Trendless, and he said, yes, the German smoke Atlanta, or the German Atlanta with smoke, or whatever he called it. And I think that's a pretty good way to think about Wiesbaden. Wiesbaden is fun, and I don't think she sold too many. I don't think there's, at least on NA.
No.
I can't speak to the Euro server as much.
I mean, certainly more, but not very. You don't see it very often. It's not a popular ship. Because
No.
I don't remember what was the way to get this. I have it, but I don't remember. It was tricky to get it.
I think it was just money. Like, I don't think, because it's an 8, right? And it was before they were putting 8s in the coal store or anything like that. And so,
I don't think I paid for this.
it might have been in a sequential bundles, or it could have been in a one of those random loot box chains or something too. Like, I'm not sure, but I don't think you could get it for free. So that
No,
would
not
be-
for free. So it's a rare ship just by default, you know.
That's right. Yeah. And I think, when a lot of people are thinking about a German cruiser, they're thinking about a heavy cruiser, or they're thinking about something that's tanky, or maybe has secondaries, or what, they're, egg gears and things of that nature. This is not that boat. It's a very different ship. I don't have a strong, like, positive, oh my gosh, guys, I love Wiesbaden. It's so cool. I can't wait to play it, but I have had good battles in it, and I've really enjoyed it. The gun range on it, I think, is actually pretty reasonable, but I don't remember what it is right now. Mid 15s or something. Let me pull it up.
15
here.
kilometer.
Yeah. Okay. So low 15s or 15.0. So 15 kilometers, and the detection, I think, is reasonable. It's got smoke.
Detection is not reasonable.
Is it
Detection
bad?
is very low. It's the opposite. It's 8.5.
Okay, I was gonna say
It's
yeah, I thought it was
8.5,
good.
and it has 9.5 kilometer torpedoes, so you can still sneak out
Yeah.
stealthy torpedoes in this ship, which is kind of interesting for a cruiser,
Right. And
It's only 1 kilometer, but if you're kiting, you can stay invisible and torp someone in a
Right.
cruiser.
Right. And she's smoky, and she's got those German 5-kilometer hydros. Like, I feel like we're getting nice ships and saying nice things to ships, but I like Wiesbaden.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah,
choose it that often. And that's
It's one of those ships that if I was using your Selectomatic, which I wish VG added to the game, so a
Yeah.
randomly chosen ship,
yeah.
and if I got this ship, I would be like, ooh, yeah, let's play this. But I don't choose it either because choices at tier 8 are
There's so many ships.
plenty. It's like it's the most ships I think we have in tier 8. And
Yeah.
but this ship with small caliber guns that shoot very fast like Atlanta and smoke on top of it, right?
Mhm.
And then you have stealthy torpedoes, and she's relatively agile. She can move. She's not like
Yeah.
super slow. She's not heavy cruiser or anything like that.
Mhm.
This ship can do some damage. You're gonna have to hit a lot of shots to make a difference, but and it's a menace against destroyers. Obviously, you don't want to meet this in a destroyer.
Right. Oh boy, don't push the wrong button, Clyde. There we go. Here she is in port. So again, kind of ultralight cruiser, so very small guns. We can use the boosted I should learn the name of that skill. I always forget what it is, but you can use that boosted skill there to get extra damage without losing any of your concealment, which is really strong. So you can see the torpedo launchers there. That's 2 launchers per side, 6 torpedoes total. What did you say the torpedo range was? Did you say it was 9.5?
Torpedo range is 9.5, and your concealment with the commander and flag is 8.5.
Which is ridiculous for any cruiser. Like,
Yeah.
but again,
You'll get spot damage in this a lot. Like it's funny.
yeah, she's a high risk, high reward kind of ship, though.
Yeah.
And so that's the trick, I think, to remember that you are going to be vulnerable if you get spotted. Your smoke can help you with that. Like, I don't know, man. I'm going to say this is a smashing ship. Like you said, though, I think you're exactly right. No one plays it. Scott has just made the same comment. Yeah, this thing is fun, but no one has it and no one played it. And it's true. It is fun. I think it's still a smash ship. Its popularity doesn't tarnish it for me, right? Its unpopularity, I should say. We're going to need to find some boats that we argue more about, though. What do you think? Are you going to veto my smash on this one?
Yeah, I think I'm with Scott on this. I think her biggest downside is availability.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm gonna say smash as well, but I don't remember. Like, I would trash it if it was, VG sometimes does very, very bad sale or whatever.
Yeah, like you can buy this boat, but only for $140, and it's only going to be available for 5 minutes, and your friends all have it, and you're a nerd if you don't get it. Like those sales.
And we talked about this before. For me, this is a big factor as well. Like, if the ship is, just like FOMO baiting people into it, that gets into account. But I almost feel like people have this ship, or either have this ship on random or not.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have it, it's a fun ship to play. So I don't remember it being obnoxiously bad for purchase or like baiting you into something, or I don't know. But other than that, I think this is a smash ship.
Yeah, I think it'll squeak by with that. So let me press this little button here.
She's smashable.
There she is. Wiesbaden. Okay. Oh, hang on.
We're getting some rare ships as well. That's crazy.
Wixitron says one word, Mines. That's true.
But Mines is completely different gameplay, though. Mines is insanely good, right? Like, there's no argument.
Yeah.
And of course you're gonna but this is completely different gameplay. Like, it's difficult to complete. The only similar thing these ships have is they're both German.
Well, they're both Germans. They're both light cruisers. They are different types of light cruisers. Mine's concealment is nowhere near as good as Wiesbaden's, but it's got that extra kilometer of range. I mean, if you're enjoying
bigger guns,
and they're bigger, yeah. I mean, if you enjoy Mines, you might also enjoy Wiesbaden, but you would enjoy it for different reasons. You know what I mean? Because like you said, they are different. They're gonna play and feel different.
You can't play Mines in the smoke, for example. She doesn't have escapability. She doesn't have neither has heal, but yeah. All
right, let me get you.
We can have 2 good German light cruisers, right?
I think it is allowed. Yeah. I'm going to close up some of these windows for a sec because it's just, there's too much. Okay, here we go. All right, your next ship is Super Ship Dalarna.
Oh, no. Okay. For the sake of this game being fun,
yes,
I promise now that I will not automatically trash every super ship. However, I will also state that I can't stand super ships.
For the record,
I wish they were never part of the game.
You have a problem with super ships in general, right?
Period. Yeah. I just don't like it.
For people who might not know, now you do.
But I can grade them, like some I hate less than the others.
Sure.
Dalarna. So,
Dalarna.
Here's the thing. I do like Holland Line, but Dalarna, I mean, I never was really drawn to like playing Dalarna, like I would still rather play my Holland. I don't know why, but there are certain super ships that when you see them, like talking about destroyers, when you see them on the opposite end, you don't want to be on that flank, right? I don't feel like Dalarna poses that kind of a threat in a random match, if that makes sense. I think she's counterable with like tier 10 destroyers relatively easily. Maybe there's just my personal, take. Like based on the numbers, she does feel like continuation of.
Sorry, Grigor's comment. On a scale of less than devs to Cheg, how would you rate this super ship?
It's difficult for me to do this ship. It's really difficult. I'm not gonna lie.
You're doing a great job. Everyone, tell Cheg he's doing a great job.
On paper, she does feel like an extension of the line, so I don't have that kind of problem. There's some ships that are like completely different. This one is not. You still have, those long range torpedoes and guns that are okay. You can use them. They're not like like Shima guns that you can use once in in a month they're good, but they're like
Sure.
reload is obnoxious or whatever. No, you do the same thing as Holland. You poke with torpedoes, and then if you're detected, you can use your guns very effectively. And you are squiggly, you're gonna try and run away, you know, the same way as you would with Holland and whatnot. So
Yeah.
but at the same time, I just feel like I'm just gonna play my Holland. I think I have fair chance of. Well, obviously there's player skill involved, but like I feel like like against myself. Let's put it that way. Against myself, I can win in Holland against Dalarna. So I just don't feel like there's a need for Dalarna in the game. I just don't find it. Yeah, no, I'm not blown away by this ship at all. Apart from it being super ship.
Yeah. Leaving
So
that
for me, this
aside.
is definitely trash. Yeah, yeah.
It's funny. Like I don't. You said the thing that I was going to say earlier, which you said when you load into a match and you see super ships on the far side, some of them make you go, "Oh crap, I got a problem. This is going to be a tough fight," or "Oh, I want to avoid that guy," or whatever. Dalarna is not one of those ships. It's just very unmemorable. It's not. It poses no specific threat that I think about instantly when I think of the ship, right? When I think of Yumihari, Scott mentioned Yumihari earlier in the chat, right?
God.
When I think of Yumihari, I'm like, well, there's 40,000 torpedoes coming, and if those don't do the
Yes,
trick,
sir.
he'll uncork his machine gun that boat never should have gotten, right?
Yep.
And then, you know, if I see the
Zorki, or I mean, there's some very strong. Yeah.
Right. If I see Zorki, or if I see one of these super battleships, right? Like I'm like, well, that guy's got, you know, if I see the Japanese battleship, which I can't remember anything today, but like that battleship is going to be like, oh, okay, well, if I'm in a cruiser, I got to make sure I'm watching out because that guy could citadel me from anywhere. And I'll
Satsuma,
be
by the
in
way.
danger. Yes, thank you, Sats. So anyway, for me, Dalarna is just not memorable, and I feel like it's a ship we didn't need. And like you, if I'm going to play a upper tier ship, you know, Holland is smaller, which makes her harder to hit.
Yes.
And this boat is big. Like people don't think of this boat as big, but it's really big. Yeah, Scott has got the list of the early generation supers, which were strong: Annapolis, Conde, Yumihari, Zorki, etc. And then the ones that were less strong that came out later, the Clausewitz and the
she was the scariest while you did not know how good she is. That was the time. And then AA, yes, as Bowmaster I think mentioned, like AA is really good. Yes, but guess what? Holland has amazing AA as well. It's not like, you know, if you're a good carrier, you're not gonna fly over Holland on purpose. You're not gonna fly over Dalarna on purpose. So I kind of feel like it feels the same. The same spot, you know, like there is a no-fly. It's not really a no-fly zone, but as we know, but it's, why would you waste your planes on that, you know?
Now earlier, Dostal said that he really likes Dalarna. He's made another comment here. I'd choose Dalarna over Piemonte anytime. You know, I get that, and I don't think Dalarna is a bad ship. I just think it's kind of superfluous. I guess is really like it's just extra. Like, why did we get another one of those that's basically the same? So, for me, I would say Dalarna's. I would agree with you. So if you're trashing this one, I'm not going to fight you on it.
I am definitely.
Okay. Here comes the little music, the little jingle.
This boat is trash.
Dalarna fans everywhere are starting to get out their stationery and write us letters now. If you're watching this again, this is not serious. It's I don't know. It's funny.
Personal
it's just
take.
personal takes, but share your opinions in chat or in YouTube comments, please. We are interested in having some discourse there. That's always fun. But yeah, Dalarna, trash boat. Okay, I need to get a button on my Stream Deck that can move to the next ship.
You don't have it?
Cool.
Man, I've been lazy. I have a Stream Deck all set up, and when I stopped streaming, I removed it, and it's still in the box. And I've been streaming for like 2 months now, and my deck is still
back out.
So lazy, man.
Come on, man.
I have to do it.
I think it's my turn. So Wichita.
Ooh.
Wichita is like, it's a really old premium tier 8 US cruiser. There's a lot of tier 8 premium US cruisers. and Wichita is one of them. I like Wichita, but it's just another premium tier 8 cruiser, which is kind of an interesting thing. Let me bring up the list of tier 8 US premium cruisers. Premium.
I can
go
give
ahead.
you a sentence that someone long ago explained Wichita to me.
Sure.
They said she would like to be a Des Moines at tier 8, but she's not quite.
I think that's not unreasonable. That's reasonably accurate. So just some basic stats on her: 15.8 kilometer gun range, and then DPM wise, third best DPM of the. So she's got better DPM than Rochester, better DPM than Anchorage, better DPM than Congress and Protector. So she's actually pretty good at putting shells out there. The gun range is about the same. If I add in the tech trees, she's going to have lower DPM by far than Cleveland, because Cleveland's a light, obviously. But Baltimore is probably the best comparison, because she's also a heavy cruiser. And Baltimore does out DPM her. And I think Wichita, if I'm remembering right, chat, let me know. Yes, Mountain, I think you just confirmed it. It's got the like New Orleans AP, not the US heavy AP or something like that. I'd have to go compare the shells. So, but for some reason, I enjoy Wichita. She's just reliable. I don't know if her armor is different than a Baltimore or anything. But like,
I think the armor is the same.
Yeah, I think it's
the same hull.
Yeah, we'll take a look. But like, anyway, I find Wichita to be a serviceable tech tree like ship. So Strangen brings up the economy, right? The economy on Wichita is going to be better than the tech tree version. And you'll be able to swap captains in and out. So if you have a high point Des Moines captain, you could bring them down and use them on this boat. It'd be just fine. I think Wichita's kind of in the middle. It's funny because when I said to Dalarna earlier, I said Dalarna is just superfluous. You don't need it. But Wichita is also kind of superfluous, but I like Wichita. So I want to say that Wichita is a smash ship, but I'm curious about your take, Cheg. What do you think about Wichita?
No, I'm not agreeing with that, definitely. There's nothing wrong with Wichita, but Baltimore exists and it's free. Yes, in-game economy, I agree, but real-life economy, you can get a ship that I would argue is even better a little bit for free. And I am always happy when I see a tech tree ship being rivaling a paid with real money for ship. That always warms my heart a little bit. And if this ship is not really a replica, it's a gorgeous, beautiful cruiser, right? Like there's nothing wrong with her. I have quite a few games in her, like playing her in ranked. Sometimes for the same reason, I might just jump into her instead of Baltimore because I don't have to retrain my captain. It's very convenient, so to say. But yeah, we are spoiled with having all the ships in the game, right?
Yes.
But I'm thinking like from the entire perspective of player base. Like I have a friend who just started playing, right? Like if he asked me, should I get Wichita? No, just get Baltimore. It's just like there's no reason for you to buy this ship. Now, if you have it, if you end up having it in your port, why not use it? Yes.
Yeah. That's what happened to me. Is I got this boat from a Santa crate or something, like, and I think you're bringing up a really good point. If you have, I'll say $40 US or $50 US, whatever it is that costs to buy a tier 8 premium, are you picking Wichita?
It's a lot of money, right?
That's a real chunk of change, right? That's real money. Are you going to buy
Not
Wichita?
To mention, you can actually get another tier 8 that is better, like arguably, like better for your buck.
That's important to bring up, and I'm glad you mentioned it. Scott also mentions that Bridgeport is coming. So Bridgeport is another tier 8 premium. You will be able to get it for free. I don't know how hard the grind is going to be, but if you complete that, like build a model of a port on your desk thing that's coming in the upcoming patch, you'll be able to actually get that boat for free, and it's going to have a lot of the same capabilities. I feel like Rochester they gave away for an event, or maybe it was really cheap to get or something, and it's got a lot of the same experience as Wichita as well. It doesn't have the radar option, but it does have a smoke option, which is really cool. So there's a lot of ways to get this kind of gameplay, and actually maybe the best one is what you mentioned already, Baltimore, which is an incredibly strong ship.
Is so good. Oh my god, it's so
good. It really is. So it
the moment you figure out Baltimore, you feel so powerful in it. It's
yeah. So I said this ship was a
I'm
smash. This means you're vetoing.
I'm
I
vetoing
think.
your smash. Woohoo! We have a veto. Finally.
Oh, good. There is entertainment here. It's happening. I'm not going to fight you on the veto because I think you made some strong points. I still like Wichita. I'm still happy to say that for me it's a smash ship, but I totally get why you're vetoing. I think that's totally reasonable. It looks like at least a good portion of chat agrees with you as well. So this is a trash boat, says Cheg. I guess we have to admit it.
This boat is trash.
Excellent. Okay. That was mine. So your next boat. Arpeggio Hiei. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, Hiei. I don't know how to pronounce that boat.
What is that? Is it Congo?
This is a Congo. Yeah. You're like, I want to make this quick. I can already tell.
Look, I don't mind these ships. These are like first premiums collab ships, I think, if I remember correctly.
These are very early days. These are like the first copies that they
I think
made.
they were part of the Blast from the Past because of, they were like amongst the first premium ones.
Yeah.
And to all the weebs out there, perfectly fine. They look incredible. Actually, super fun if you're playing submarines, which most of you don't. Seeing these ships from underwater is super cool because they have these like glowy parts underwater that reflect so nice.
Yeah,
I do like that. I'll just be honest. I mean, Congo. I like Congo. Okay, I'm not. I like Japanese battleships. And Congo is a great ship for tier 5. You know what I mean?
Sure,
like for tier 5, she's great. She also has a Japanese lacquer camo if you're lucky enough. I think those were easy to get as well because it's low tier. And there is no way in the world I'm playing this instead of Congo. Again, I mean, maybe economy, but even with the economy on tier 5, I don't know. They look crazy, and I am not a person who only wants gray ships in the game, okay? I love a crazy camo. So when I see our ship, I'm not against it. I'm happy to see it. I get to giggle out of it.
Yeah,
I think they're very cool design, especially for how old they are. Maybe not my favorite color, but it's interesting,
yeah.
But this is just trash for me because, again, a pointless ship that you have to swipe for. And let's put it also in our perspective. 10 years ago, which now we are 10th year anniversary, tier 5 premium was something, right? Like, because it would take so long to get to tier 10. It was a big grind, especially credits bottleneck was insane. And you would need a couple of good premiums to get the coin to buy your next ship and its components. And back then it had more value. Even if it's a replica from a Tech 3 ship that earns you more, it had more value than nowadays. Today you can earn money in so many ways. In this game, there's so many premiums, right? Like premium ship is not a rarity anymore.
And there's so many premiums you can get for free. Coal ships, research bureau ships, and if you get those 8s, those 9s, the economy is going to be really strong, which you're not going to see in these like tier 5. And these are actually kind of hard to get now, right? Like this boat.
I don't think they're possible. I don't
even know how you get this boat right now. And so like for people who don't have it, unless they do another Arpeggio Blue Steel thing, okay, cool. But like, this is almost
for
like
me,
not an option.
Zero hatred for this ship. I like seeing them around. I think it's cool. And for us streamers, it's nice because newer players don't even know what the crap that is. And then we get to talk about it, which is always a nice, blast from the past story and whatnot. But trash because it's irrelevant, let's say.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I don't have much to add, really. There's been some interesting comments in the chat. People are talking a little bit about
Let's go over them.
The economy and stuff. Grieger says there's no reason really to play the tier 5 to 7 economy. There's basically no difference for the player. Agreed. Kale Catola says I like the skin premiums when they're not absurdly expensive. And back in the day, these were free, so that was really nice. Free captain swaps is always good. There's a high school fleet Hiei as well, which I forgot about, but I will show you real quick because and it looks cooler actually. So this is the high school
Well,
fleet
I mean,
version, but you
personal
also can't get
preference,
the.
no?
But it's just like the style. Yeah, the other ones are certainly.
Oh yeah, this
Still
is like the Yamato one and whatnot. These
Isn't
are
that
amazing.
cool?
But do you have Congo Japanese lacquer?
I do, and it's beautiful as well. If
Because
you're
it's the
lucky
same
enough to have
ship,
this
right?
camo.
And if you
Yeah.
have this,
Let me put it up.
how do you play something else?
You don't.
This is
You
just
play
so
this one.
gorgeous. I mean, look at this thing. Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Now, again, we are not talking about this ship right now. We're
No.
talking about a different. But you're right, though, that this is
Technically.
relevant. You know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, look at the deck. Look at that. Isn't that
I mean,
sick?
the ship itself is so beautiful, right? So if you get the good colors on it, it's gonna look magnificent. But unfortunately, this is not an MMORPG where looks is everything, right?
Right, right.
It is important to be flashy and nice if you like that, obviously, but when it comes to smash or trash,
Yeah, so you said trash. I'm not going to fight you here either. I don't know that there's a big place in the game for Hiei. I like, if I was going to play one of these, I'd play the green one because I think the green one looks the coolest. But like that's
yeah, there's
I
multiple.
just
Yeah,
happen
yeah,
to
true,
like
true.
green. Dostal. No. Keep it classy. Pictures of decks.
Clyde, stop sharing deck
Decks
pics. Oh my
with an
God.
E. All right, we're going to call this one Trash Boat. Here she goes.
This boat is trash.
And that right there is the trashing of the ARP Hiei. I think that was yours.
Yes.
So that means Yumihari.
Also, we are dead
is
to
mine.
all the anime enjoyers now. We're
Oh,
like
I
just dead
know.
to them.
I know. Hopefully people are like, well, that anime is not my anime. I like the other animes that are better animes because the anime is better in the other animes than this anime and that anime. Not so great.
True.
Yumihari. So this is the tier 8 entry to the Bungo line. I need to not talk about Bungo here. Because really this is about Yumihari. I played through Yumihari, actually. I don't have a
did as
picture
well.
of the cool camo. I think I have the cool camo, which I will show you guys in a moment. So I played this boat bottom to top and ground all the XP. And I did the same thing with the tier 9. And I'll show you guys the camo here in a second that came out as the early access camo because it is pretty good looking. In fact, I like the camos. And the non-early access camos on these boats were cool too. I didn't dislike Yumihari that much, but it got better at the tier 9. And so again, this is about the Yumihari. I don't know. I could do without it. If I had to throw a rock at this boat and make my call right now, I guess I would say I would trash it. But I don't want to trash the whole line of ships. I just think Yumihari was like, okay, guys, we're going to give you training wheels. And then later you'll have some fun when we get there, right? Because Bungo and the Editor, I think, step it up in a good way. But I could have skipped Yumihari. Maybe if they felt like you need Yumihari to get your training wheels on and learn a couple of things. But I'm going to throw this one in the trash bin unless you can convince me otherwise. What did you think of Yumihari, Cheg?
So first of all, I just want to clarify. I mean, Bungo can be the next ship, right? Technically.
It could be.
So we're not really trashing the whole line if you're trashing a ship. That's fine.
right. We're just talking one ship at a time.
Also, in front and behind Seattle, there are good ships. Just saying.
Yes.
And Seattle is in your trash bin. So,
Yes.
okay, this ship, I don't think I've ever been saltier towards wargaming than when this ship came out. So let me tell you something.
Oh boy.
So this ship was acquired through early access for free.
You get
And
pretty
the camo that
salty
you're seeing
though,
here-
too. Like
No,
like-
but this was this made me. I think I actually made a long break after this came out because I was so annoyed. This camouflage was done by community, and kudos to whoever made it. It looks absolutely amazing, and that camo is the best and the worst ship.
best camo on
Best
the
and the
worst
worst
ship.
thing. Best and the worst thing about this ship and this entire line for me. Before this ship, through early access, VG always gave you one free ship, which in this case would
I
be
remember you being
exactly
mad about
Yumihari.
this.
Yeah, and then it would give you one thematic the first of the line camouflage. In this case, the 3D modeled dragons that wrap around your ship
I'll show
that
that one
Adatara
too.
and Bungo have. And this was the first time they stopped that, and you could get the ship and this community-made camo, which is gorgeous, but it does not fit the theme of its early access. It's completely different, and I just can't stand that. It killed part of me. I was always excited about early access to get that one, at least that one camo. Look at this. I mean,
So this is
it's
the
completely
bungo,
different.
right? So this is
And
the
I'm
tier
not
10.
saying one is better than the other, right? Like this is a different theme, right? Like I want one of these and I don't have them because they changed the way they do something over the years. So
Yeah.
yeah, I really did not appreciate what they did. And this was after I left Wargaming already. So I don't have any of these combos, by the way. And I like a good combo. And I don't mind having only one on tier 8. Like I have some Transformers on tier 8 or tier 9. And I'm okay with that. I don't have 10s. That I have it. I can look it up. I can have it. I can play game in it. I don't have any of those combos because they changed it. And then ever since that ship, I mean, that's how it works now. Now you don't get them anymore. That's just how it is.
Yeah. And
so, yeah.
Yeah, I do remember
Sorry.
this. No, you're good. I should make sure you have a chance to share your full thought because I do remember this coming out and that being the case. And, because it was always possible to get the first ship and the first of the special boy camos for free just through playing. And then that became not true here. And that's unfortunate. But speaking about a mechanical thing, as we get into these ships, the Yumihari here has, sorry, I'm needing to double check a fact here before I make this statement. It has 410 millimeter guns, and starting at Adatara, they've got 457s. Now the trick of this line, and a lot of you guys know this, but for anybody who's uninitiated on these ships, the trick of this line is, especially with the 457s, they don't have high pen like 457s do, but they do get the 457 millimeter overmatch. And that's very important to understand. So you can overmatch, which means you can pen things at any angle that your pen can pen. But you can't necessarily penetrate the thick armor that you'll find on like a heavy battleship or something. So when we look at the bungo line, again, not talking about Yumihari specifically, but talking about the bungo line, with these big 457s at the 9 and 10, you can overmatch guys at cool angles, but you can also not overpen cruisers that are a little bit lighter armor than battleships, but you're going to struggle to, at odd angles, get through battleship armor. Yumihari is a 410 millimeter gun. And so she's trying to teach you how to do this thing at those upper tiers that she can't do herself because her pen is low and her shells are 410s. I'd have to compare her 410s against other Japanese 410s to make sure I'm getting my facts right, and I'll do that after I relinquish the microphone here. But that makes her not as versatile maybe as the upper tiers in this same line.
Yeah, when it comes to gameplay, this was very painful to level. They also come with the, at the time, brand new high precision spotter plane, which gives you better dispersion when you have the spotter up. So it gives you less. Usually a spotter will give you 20% range. This one gives you only 10. Range is really not a problem with these ships because of what Clyde was saying. At long range, you're not gonna pen much anyways, because usually you're firing at some battleships in the far, and as you fire, they turn. That's it. Like you're just gonna bounce. I really did not enjoy Yumihari gameplay as well. I think Bungo in right hands can be extremely powerful. But I don't think Yumihari is as strong of a ship just in general. I think she's a dud when it comes to this entire line.
Yeah.
Now that said, I don't enjoy sniping battleships that much in general. So it's not my favorite line, but I appreciate the fact that when I see Bungo across when I'm playing a battleship or a cruiser, I have to make sure I'm properly angled. So they bring that fear factor of, maybe Yamato, or what's the name, Vermont, or like the heavy hitting battleship that can deal damage to you from afar if you make a mistake. So yeah, the line itself I think has its place. I think it's strong. Yumihari, I feel like it's almost I really did not enjoy leveling it. I just couldn't do anything with it.
So I think what we want to do is we want to take the cool cherry blossom camo, move it to the tier 9, make the camo free, get rid of Yumihari, and then everything's happy. I think that would work.
So technically, before this, we were getting community camos for free. You just get the mission. You remember the
and even
Italian
sometimes the
one
first non-community camo when they did an 8, 9, 10. Sometimes that one was
yeah,
free
but
too.
this would happen without the early access or whatever. Like you could just get it for just and then they would move them into what's the name, the community tokens tab in
like Aviary's captain.
Why could we have two camos for the Aviary, for example?
It's like a great example of what you're talking about. Yeah.
So why couldn't we have two camos, and then I'll gladly switch when I feel yes. I'm so salty about that. It's not that important for most of the people, but for most of the player base. But for me, this was heartbreaking. Oh,
it was a change, and Wargaming will do things that are more generous, like a lot of the events that are going on right now, and they'll do things that are less generous. And yeah, this was definitely one that caught you in a way that you paused playing for a bit. So anyway, I think in large part, I think we agree that this is going to go in the bin. Is that what we're saying?
I'm not arguing.
You're not going to veto my trash?
No, definitely not.
All right, Yumihari, you're heading off to the bin. Thanks, everybody.
This boat is trash.
That was an odd one. I'm surprised. I don't know. I guess I wasn't sure how to even talk about it at first, but I think we got there. We got to the right place. But okay, your next boat is Black B.
Ooh, okay. Okay, this again. There's a tiny personal story about this. Some of you might know. So I used to work for Wargaming in Prague. At the same time, they were about to open the office in my hometown in Belgrade, and there's a guy called Voodoo Popeye, who you might have seen in some of the videos. Super nice guy as well. And he announced this ship by mentioning AC/DC's Back in Black. like it was like a soft reveal that people started connecting, and it was super fun thing back then in the video. Okay, I mean,
that was fun, actually.
How I feel about this ship. First of all, I think Black is a good ship. It was one of those ships when you were young World of Warships player. You really wanted this ship, but you couldn't really get it because steel and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then it was back then it was connected strictly to the clan battles, and then if you played against it in ranked battle, for example, man, it has smoke and radar. It's not a long range radar, but it's a radar, and you would always feel like it's overpowered. Then you would get the ship and you would realize, okay, it does have some downsides. Like the biggest shame in this game, one of the biggest shames in this game is getting hit by so-called mine that comes out of this ship. This is like the slowest torpedo in game, I think. It's like ridiculously slow, but somehow you do get hit sometimes, right? And then everyone laughs about it. So Black as a ship is very significant. It's very famous. I don't think it's overpowered at all, especially nowadays with other destroyers that have either very long range hydros or radars, or even combination of smoke and radar with some European destroyers. Now, I don't know how, honestly, Clyde, I don't know how I feel about it, because Black ships are, first of all, I'll be honest, I got this in the first free Black container that I opened when it came out.
Nice.
I was super lucky.
Lucky drop. Jeez.
But Black ships are actually discounted. They are cheaper than the regular premium ships. However, this is a very expensive steel ship, so you can get it technically for free just by playing the game.
Now,
but it costs more than tier 10 ships, if I'm not wrong. Like even after the after a change, right? It's like 300 almost.
I was going to say, I think black is a coal ship now. Chat seems to be confirming that. It was steel for a while.
It was steel. Now it's
Now it's coal.
coal. I was talking about the past. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure that no one got confused by that, right? Just in case.
No. Now you get it for like 296 steel, if I remember correctly, which is very expensive for a tier 9. It's only black and
cool.
Nushashimi, I think.
Yeah.
Cool. Did I say steel again?
You said steel, but that's okay.
Okay, cool.
I'll bring it up here. I'll show the ship here for the folks
Nice.
at home. Where's the button?
And I think black looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks really good.
But no, I have to trash this thing. This hurts. Look, I have to trash it because don't spend money on a ship that you can get for free in game.
I know.
I would never trash black. Let's just put that out there. Like, I would never trash black.
It's got a little heart
And
on
black,
the back. It loves you. See?
It's amazing. It looks so good. The metallic numbers, like in front, the 666.
Yeah.
That you can like only see at there's certain angles. I think not every black skin is the same. Right. Some are just better, man. Like, and this one is great. And with its name, it's amazing and everything. But it's just a flashy black. It's the same black that you can get for coal. It's the same black that you can get for coal.
I know, and I warn everybody when new black ships come out. Yoshino B, right? That's a coal boat. It's not even as expensive as the black. It's cheaper to get, right? Like whenever these boats come out, and you can get them for a free currency like that, you don't need to go spend money on those for sure. I think for collectors, black is amazing. Like, as you said, it's beautiful. It's probably one of the prettiest black ships that exists. But I hear what you're saying in terms of that. Yeah.
If I get a ship in a black container that I already have, I'm not happy about it. I'd rather have something I didn't have before. When I got black, I already had black, and I was happy about it. I was like, yeah, this is very cool. Like, I want this in my collection. But it's literally useless, right? Like, I don't need it or anything. It just looks very, very cool.
How dare you?
I'm so sorry. This hurts.
I'm gonna veto this one. I have to.
Okay. I'm kind of happy you're vetoing it.
I'm a little torn. I'm a little torn because I agree with what you're saying, right? Hey, dude, please don't make another copy of a boat that I already have that's already free and make me pay for it. But like I'm gonna veto this just because it is so beautiful. It is USS Black,
gorgeous.
which is it's a fan favorite ship. It's very fun to play. We talk about the sea mines, right? 43 knots. And they're very slow, but they're so slow that sometimes people think they must have passed by now, and then they sail out there in front of them and get smashed in the face by it. Forrester 1980 made a comment earlier about the way the ship was originally released, which was you had to I don't remember if it was clan battles or if it was ranked, but you had to rank out 3 times or win clan battles or something in order to get special tokens to get this ship. And that used to be the case. Then they moved it to the steel store. Then they moved it from the coal store. And so for people who earned it originally, they probably feel a little bit spurned that way, which is kind of wild. But I think that the boat's been around for so long that over time, bringing it and making it available to the masses eventually is okay. I think that's a fair thing. I do like that period of exclusivity for people who did something really amazing. And I'm not the kind of player who plays at that level. I would never have gotten 3 rank tokens. I would never have gotten, whatever I needed to get this. And for a long time, I never even earned enough steel to get ships. So while I am not that player, I appreciate that there are rewards that are for players who are playing at that level and who are that invested in the game. And I want there to continue to be rewards for those players. I think Wargaming owes it to those players and to the community to do that. And I think we're seeing less of that these days. But I also think that, 8 years on, it's okay for this to become a coal ship and become available. And of course, a black version as well. Sorry, I talked for a long time. You probably have some.
No, you're good. You're good. Flint is mentioned in the chat as well. So this is part of the Teal Fleet, I think they called it, which was 3 ships. I think it's only 3. I think Flint, which is tier 7 American cruiser, a lot of fun to play. Black and Nustrashimi, or
Mhm.
translated to English would be dauntless.
Oh, I did not know that. That's cool.
There you go.
New word.
And all three ships are very gimmicky and super fun to play. Dauntless is maybe my favorite destroyer actually in game. I don't know, one of for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, now anyone can get them, but they're still way more expensive for coal than their other
Their
ships of same
counterparts or
tier and
whatever.
class.
Yeah,
Yeah,
their
exactly. Yeah.
fellow classmates. Yeah, for sure. So I'm going to spend a veto here. We'll make this a smash ship. But it is fraught with some of the concerns that have come up either from you or from chat where, hey, you're taking money for a boat, you can ostensibly get for free. I would say if you're a player, especially if you're a newer player to the game, there's a lot of stuff you can spend your money on that's more unique than this, which is a copy of something else. Please spend your in-game resources and real life resources responsibly, for sure.
Even
coal.
coal. You can spend coal better. Black is not overpowered. It sounds overpowered on paper. It's really not. It's just good. But there are other solutions for less coal that are as good. You know what I mean? Or but if you end up getting it, it's a blast to play. I like Black.
Yeah, absolutely. So Grieger is let me see if I can figure out how to open this and share it with you guys. Here we go. No, not like that. Copy link. So there's a camo that came out for the USS Black, not the Black B, but the original, that you can view. Hopefully you guys can see that. I hope so. Let me click on it and see what happens. Yeah, it loaded up. And I did not get this camo. It was expensive and everything. It's probably the most beautiful version of a camo on the Black, if you ask me. And I don't.
Wait, did you show it? Did I miss?
I just put the link in chat.
Oh, you put the link. Okay.
It's easier for me to share it with you guys that way. I might be able to do it.
Oh, I remember this one. Yeah. This one was weird for me because it looks like some German camos, even with that eagle.
Yeah.
On top, which is used for some American ships as well, but it really looks like a German design, and we have some German destroyers that had this like as a early access camo as well.
Black and red kind of thing. It is kind of an odd look, or a unique look for a US ship for sure. Big fan of it, but again, not a part of the Black B discussion, but definitely one of the prettier perma camos that's in the game. And I just found out recently that you can actually get that out of the Distant Voyages container. If you have like everything, and then those Distant Voyages containers have a lot of filler in there. So
don't get me started on those.
Don't go farming them because it's a bad idea. But I wish one of those would drop for me. All right, this boat is smashed, but only barely. We were torn. Here it goes.
She's smashable.
I guess I could have offered you a chance to use your Uno reverse if you felt very strongly, but it seemed like you didn't.
No, I was happy to use Veto because it's such a beautiful ship. But
it is a good one for sure. Okay, was that one yours or mine? I've lost the bead. I think that was mine.
Oh my!
Did I start?
No, it was mine. Yumihari was yours. So that's right. I think I started with Black.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. La Argentina. This is a tier 5 tech tree cruiser.
Okay.
That we don't talk about very often. Let's talk about La Argentina. La Argentina. I'm looking something up before I get started. Yes. This boat, I'm just going to tell you, is a smash boat. And I'm going to tell you why. It's a tier 5 cruiser with a heel. I wanted to make sure that this one had the heel. It didn't start at tier 6 or whatever. It is AP only. I think this is a good little boat. It's a light cruiser, if I recall correctly. Let me take a look at the main batteries. Yeah, 9 152s, 162,000 DPM. It's AP only. So that's a concern. The heel is a big deal on this boat. I think it really kind of brings home a capability that's rare and special at tier 5, and that's something that I really like. To me, I think it's a smash boat. I also think that if you're an experienced player and you want to go club some seals, what better boat to do it in than a tier 5 cruiser that everyone thinks is going to get exploded but has a heel. Now, at the end of the day, is this any better than other tier 5 cruisers that are down there? I don't know, maybe, but it's a little bit unique, and I like that part about it. But Cheg, what do you think of La Argentina? You've got a hand, you've got a face. I think you're going to not like this boat. Yeah, Asta69 says, don't the Brits have one of the Heel as well? They do. There are a few ships that
Dido.
absolutely have.
Dido has Heel, which is
Yeah.
one of my favorite tier 5s.
Oh, but it's worse
I'm
than
looking at
Leander
the
in every way,
at the list of ships. There's Exeter as well
Exeter, yeah.
with Heel. These are premiums though.
You're looking
First of all, tier 5 cruisers
yeah.
are famously garbage.
You just
I'm
mean
sorry.
in
but
general, the whole
yeah, because destroyers are very strong at these low tiers, and then battleships are indestructible by cruisers, right?
Yes.
Like it's gonna be a destroyer that kills you or the other battleship. Cruisers, if you go in with a cruiser, chances are you are just a target dummy. I'm so sorry, but this is really how I feel about cruisers tier 5. Tier 5 only. By the way, tier 5 only. I will play a tier 5 cruiser sometimes, to be fair, just because I'm a dumbass, okay?
Sure.
Now, here's the thing. The problem with Argentina is any battleship at that tier can one-shot you. So your Heel is... you might or might not use it. You also have 4 Heels. There is no way in the world you're going to use 4 Heels. That's without Superintendent, by the way. So
I
that
have
just
5 on my build.
Yeah. You're not using those 5 Heels. Let me tell you something.
I have to agree.
And then-
Why do I have 5?
And then let me tell you, just like before, the gimmick of this line, which
Yeah.
is extremely powerful line that is so annoying to play against and is very often played in clan battles as well, or any because this is basically a Worcester. It's a South American Worcester line with Heel that ignores that's a lot of people don't know this, but it partially ignores being citadeled. So for those who don't know, when you get citadeled, you cannot heal. That's an unhealable damage. In this line, that's not true. So if you are Santander or any higher than 8, I think, if you get citadel, you can still heal, and you have super heal, right? So that's very, very powerful. And these ships have torpedoes that have relatively long range, and this tier 5 has none of that. Okay, it doesn't feel like ship of the line to me at all.
It's a really
think they
weird way
start
to say
feeling like
nice
ship of the
things
line.
about this boat. I feel like you're going about it in a very strange
nothing
way.
good about this road. I am not picking this in any. The only thing that can happen is if I get it on random. Plus, it has AP, but there are ships on this tier like Delhi, for example, which I think has better AP.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not wrong, I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Or Emerald. I mean,
Whoa, you're gonna tell me that Emerald is more survivable than this? I guess you're talking about AP.
it
only.
has smoke. It has smoke. No, I was saying
Well,
about AP. It has
yeah.
better AP. Also, Emerald has smoke and heal and Hydra. Come on.
Okay, but
I am vetoing this all the way from Serbia to Oregon. This is
Washington.
slap veto. This is sorry, Washington.
That's okay. You're telling me
this is
that one of 3 tech tree boats with a heel is a trash boat?
absolute garbage.
Oh, okay.
I'm also very happy we disagree on this.
I can't believe
This is the first actual proper
an
disagreement.
actual scrap. I'm not going to fight you too much. You're going to blow up in this boat. But if there's an opportunity for you to play La Argentina with the skill of somebody who's played a lot of games, I think you can wring a lot of capability and power out of this boat. Your APs are going to give you a hard time on battleships, right? Somebody said, does it even have improved AP? It has
No,
improved
yeah.
ricochet angles, so 60 to 75 degrees instead of 45 to 60. So yes, it does have improved ricochet angles. That's going to help you in knocking out chunks of that superstructure, but you will not be able to get through the armor belt. Cheg is right about that. It's a 0.025 fuse time, so I think that's slightly shorter, which is going to help you with lighter armored targets, but it's not like a super low fuse timer. So again, you're going to struggle sometimes with destroyers, I think, but you will be able to pen whatever you want from most angles that you can actually pen, right? That's
For
the big
7
question.
damage per shell.
2,550 maximum. That's if you get a Citadel. So if you divide that by 6, you're going to get like, 400 or 500 damage when you're.
Honestly, you're
when
going to kill
getting
more
sixth.
with torpedoes in this than with shells, probably.
You
It
know,
has 8-kilometer torpedoes.
But see, I think those are going to be tough because that means you have to get close to danger, and when you get close to danger,
Yes.
that's where the low number of hit points is going to give you a hard time. So I
No,
don't
it's
know.
one of those
I think you could
peekaboo
do.
from the island,
Yeah.
like, and then Torp, a battleship.
Yeah, what's the tier 6 in this line called? That one was
Oh,
really popular.
These are
in,
difficult names for me. wait.
Almirante Cochrane. This one was relatively popular. And again, I know we're talking about the 5, not the 6. Watch our next ship be the 6, but this one.
I mean, this line is so good. Let's just be honest. But San Martin line is insanely powerful.
Yeah, no, it's a fun line. But when we had tier 6 ranked, the Almirante Cochrane was present and accounted for. Now that was also when the line was newer. I'd be kind of curious to see, now that the line has had a chance to age, would people still play that in ranked just for the heal, or would they do something different? I don't know.
It's kind of weird though. That's an Italian hull, by the way.
That one's Italian,
tier
yes,
6. Yeah.
yes. But I won't argue with
mixture.
you. I'm not going to use my only Uno reverse on this, but I will let you veto it, and we'll put the La Argentina in La Basura.
This boat is trash.
Okay, we trashed it. It's done. It's done.
Shame
All
it
right.
has such a powerful name, right? Such a big, proud country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
La
the ship is like, for
And
me
I
at
hit
least.
it really hard. Chunter GB says, I still play the Pan Am cruisers, love them. Dutch says,
no argument.
In my experience, British AP is infinitely more usable and damageable than the Pan Am AP. I have to agree with you there. That is a true statement. Heal it only exists to make the player's suffering prolonged. Aw. And then Grieger says, I think this line starts at tier 7.
Yeah, I think I agree with Greg there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's jump to your next boat. Lushun, with a camo that we never
Ooh.
got. I'm
Wait,
so
I think I
sad
have
about
this camo. Let me just quickly
If you have
check.
this camo,
Ooh, what a ship.
I'm going to
I mean,
be
this will be
very
smash for both of us. There's no doubt.
upset.
I know already.
A lot of confidence.
I'm sure you like this ship. Oh no,
I love the idea
We're using the
of me
other.
vetoing you.
I
and
know how you
calling
play
my
ships,
bluff,
Clyde.
and then and use be like, no.
Yeah, I don't have that camo actually. That camo is kind of cool because it's that cream color that you don't see in ships often. I remember you talking about that as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, we have the probably both of us are running the dockyard camo. So to get there, this is a dockyard tier 10 Pan Asian destroyer that has a hull of a Soviet Nostroshimi or Dauntless that we were talking about before. So really good hull. She has 2, and remember this, 360 guns. That is so cool because this is a gunboat. So you're gonna go around running gun like crazy. You don't have smoke, but you have a zombie heal. So for a long time, you're repairing quite a bit of your health. Somewhat similar to the old ways, or I still play like that. What's the name? Oh my god. Tier 10
you're talking
Soviet
Sevastopol?
destroyer.
Sevastopol?
No. Khabarovsk. Yeah. Heal is like Sevastopol.
Yeah.
But Khabarov's kind of play style where you shoot people from afar to provoke them to start shooting you, and that's how you spot them.
Right.
You annoy battleships and like generally bigger ships. That's how you do it. You also have deep water torpedoes. Probably not going to hit a lot with them, but they are 11 kilometers and they hit everything but destroyers. So it's not like it's like the regular deep water. So cruiser, battleship, and carrier. Now, there's not much I can say about ship that is bad except for availability, because this was a dockyard ship.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do have a problem with it, believe it or not.
Okay.
But this problem comes in the future.
Okay.
This will be the first repeat dockyard that is not considered a mistake. So we got the repeat, what's the name? The American cruiser.
The Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
That was you had to be superhuman to grind that thing, or to pay so much money, I think, or whatever.
Yeah.
It was insane. So VG understood this, and kudos to what they did back then. They redid this dockyard where it was way easier to get it, and if you already had it, you would get a nice reward for it and whatnot. So great stuff.
Yeah.
Now I don't want. If I do dockyard, I want a new ship. Okay, so the next dockyard black one will be Lushun Black, and I am strongly against this. I don't need a replica of this ship. I wish they put the black version for coal. That would be perfect for me. Like, just put the black version for coal for people because you can't turn back time, right? Like, I always feel bad about people not being able to get the ship like this because it's super fun to play. So coal, or maybe, containers or doubloons. But double dockyard for this, I think, is unfair to all of us who already got it. It is what it is. With all that said, it also has really good concealment for its game style, so for its play style. It's 5.8 with your commander and equipment. So I love this ship. I know you do too, but I'm sorry for stretching this so long. I'll let you talk about it. But for me, this is an absolute smash. This is a great ship.
Yeah, it comes as no surprise to people who've been around my channel to know that I love Lushun. It's one of my favorite. It's got to be in my top boats of the whole game, right? And it's not number one, but it's probably. But I don't know if I have a number one, right? So it's up there. I'm a big fan. So absolutely no surprise there. Just a little bit about its strengths. You talked about the zombie heal, which helps it keep alive. That's obviously very powerful. 5.8 kilometer detection is really good for a boat that spans as many shells as this thing does. And then also the one thing we didn't talk about is the HE's worth using and is good. It can start fires. It shoots really quickly. But the AP has higher than average pen. So when you're in a situation where you have an opportunity where you got a good angle and you can use the AP, it really rewards you for switching back and forth between the AP and the HE. That's still something I'm continuing to work on.
It's not Elbing or Druid, but it will deal damage to it will melt light cruisers. Really, it really will with AP.
Right.
So don't be afraid to use it.
Yeah, use the AP.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. And the penetration is good too. So for targets that you might not be able to pen with other AP shells of similar size, you will be able to with this boat. Look it up on shiptool.st and kind of get familiar with those numbers if you haven't looked into this already. Big fan of the boat. My take on the dockyard is a little bit different from yours. But not totally. But I understand. I think your take. So, number one, I think this is an extra dockyard this year, not a replacement for one of our dockyards. I think we still get a Christmas dockyard. Now, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think we will. So, because it's a bonus dockyard, I'm a little less bent out of shape on this one. However, Wargaming does a lot of testing, and this could be them test driving. Can we do a black ship version of a dockyard ship? And then in next year, maybe it will replace one of our dockyards and not give us a new ship, which would be a slowdown of new content coming out. And that has all the problems that you listed. So totally understand that. The other thing I think about this is because it seems to me that dockyard destroyers, and people at Wargaming have the real numbers, dockyard destroyers are less popular than dockyard battleships and cruisers. And so there were probably a lot of people who didn't get Lushun because they're like, oh, it's a destroyer. And on NA, we tend to go pretty hard for American ships, and then we'll go pretty seriously for European ships, and probably Pan Asian ships and Asian ships last. But we'll still get some of them or whatever. So there's probably a lot of people who, because it's a destroyer and because it wasn't something that was close to their national pride or whatever, skipped Lushun, and now they've got a chance to get it again. So because
now they know it's a good ship as well.
Because they already know.
Because back then we didn't know it's a really good ship, especially for randoms.
Yeah, people had no idea. They didn't know, is it worth the grind? And now we have all the facts, right? We all know, even though, you would have seen CC videos and I made a review of this boat back in the day, right?
Yeah.
But like, you know, we all know the facts. And so now that decision to do the dockyard or not is easier for players. So yes, there's some reuse there, which you could call lazy if you want. Yes, for people who already have it, it's not worth your time to grind maybe if you want to save that time. But at the same time, for the people who didn't have the original Lushun, I think it's going to be a cool opportunity for them to get it. So I like that
I'm
aspect
super
a little
happy
bit.
she's coming back because availability, we've had her long enough, you know, exclusively for us who did it.
Yes.
And I'm okay for others to get it. And I
sure.
can't wait for people to enjoy the ship again. I really wish it was for Cole or something like that. That's all.
No, I would have liked to have seen it come in as another availability there. We haven't seen any dockyard ship go to the resource store yet. We've seen them show up in Santa crates, and we've redone the Puerto Rico dockyard. So this is a new thing. And I don't know what this is going to mean for the, you know, what does this look like in the future?
We did see some last year, right? There was something for Cole from Black Collection, I think. Am I wrong? Like briefly. Like a flash Cole sale for some ship. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
a black ship, but I don't think a dockyard ship.
Brisbane? There you go. There was something. Okay, cool.
Brisbane.
Another great ship that was very difficult to get. And yeah, I think it was for Cole.
So Brisbane was a coal ship first with a long wait if you didn't do the weird event where you got her originally. Then she came out for coal. Then she became a black ship.
With Matilda
That's a
Kelly.
normal progression. Yeah. Because you could either get Matilda Kelly or the Brisbane or, you know,
or you could just get yourself employed in VG and get everything.
I was going to say, or you could quit your job and try to grind everything at home. But yeah. Or yeah, go get a job, right? But like, but yeah, so Brisbane was kind of in that area. But anyway, so yeah, Lucian's amazing. She's super fun. She's got a unique play style. I don't think there's another destroyer that has the zombie heal. Although we got a new zombie heal ship recently. I can't remember which one it is, but so I'm a big fan. This is an easy smash for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome ship. Guys, get it in the new dockyard, please. Please get it.
Yeah. If you like DD play at all, this is a fun one to add to the pile.
She's smashable.
There we go. Hujam says, move out to Belgrade. Join the dev team. Pack your things.
I actually had to move from Belgrade to join that team to Prague, but yeah.
Yeah, you did it the other way. Like
the other way, yeah.
Gregor says, I think we most likely won't get dockyard ships either for direct sale nor for free resources. Unless it's...
That's fair.
I think he's trying to say hemorrhage for victory event. Yeah, I think so.
I don't know what the name is. Yeah.
I think so. The salvage.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, salvage, yeah.
Okay. That was yours. This one is mine, and it is... Oh, by the way, I want to talk about this camo real quick. Wargaming let us play this boat and test this boat with this camo. I played games when this boat was in testing, when I was making videos and things, wearing this camo, and then when it came out, the camo was gone, and I don't have it. And nobody had
it.
it.
My God.
And I asked them, I don't know how many times, like, hey guys, can I get this camo? And they were like, what camo? What are you talking about? Did it go somewhere? Oh no.
I would actually use this.
I was like,
I think it looks
so
amazing.
Cool. And so every time I see this picture, which makes me sad, I'm like, oh, can I have that camo? I don't know if this was something that wound up being Lester's property or something or what. Like, but for some reason, this camo is not in our game. But it was for at least 5 seconds because I know I played the battles wearing it, and I'd love to see it come back. But
I'm with you. I would like that.
It's pretty. Okay.
I would actually use it. Yeah.
Tokachi. This is a great boat. Tokachi has really short range guns, which makes it kind of scary to play Tokachi. This was a free boat. I think she came out with in the Battle Pass or something with Yodo's line.
Yodo. Oh, Battle Pass for Yodo. Yeah.
I think it was. And I think it was free ? Or maybe it was 2,500 dubs you had to buy the thing.
No, I think it was the first. I think this was the first.
Oh, it was free. It was the first ship in a Battle Pass.
The first ever Battle Pass with a ship. Yeah.
You're right. Admiral Co-op is agreeing. It looks like Calais says ew, and Admiral Co-op says it's a smash. So this boat is really strong, but she's frail and she's easy to get killed in. She's got a strong torpedo armament. I've had a trend, it seems like, in today's show of talking through and saying all of these really frail light cruisers are awesome. And I'm going to say the same thing about Tokachi. I liked this one, but I don't know what you think of it, Cheg. I'm actually really curious. I found Tokachi to be an easy smash, though. What do you think?
It's definitely not an easy smash for me, but I don't know if I want to waste veto on this. It's not like I'm okay. So it feels like for me, because I was working in the company at the time, I had to talk about this on
the official
streams, and yeah, and then it was used like a bait, like, well, not really, but that was the sentiment that VG is going to put the ship into this and tell you that event pass is okay, and then they're going to remove the ship from battle pass, and that happened, and I had to sit through that, and so that's like a bad memory for me.
Yeah,
because
I hear
believe
that.
it or not, in most situations, your community team is with you and agrees with you because we play the game a lot and whatnot. Your line for me is interesting because I find it as one of the best AA plus torpedo combinations. I don't really think of their guns much, and so this ship actually has 12-kilometer long torpedoes and a reload booster, obviously hydro and solid AA. And its concealment is not that great, but it's 10-6. You still can stealth torpedo in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind playing it if it came on random, but I would never pick this ship to play, honestly. Like, if someone requested, sure, I'll play it. I'll probably not even use the guns unless I'm detected already and stuff like that. Also, camo is atrocious. I don't know if the green variant of it is just ridiculous.
I could show it. I just showed the gray, I think. But...
oh yeah, and it's funny because it was the whole thing of Yoda has that green, and it was a funny thing because Yoda in Star Wars was that color, so obviously some people recognize that immediately. But this ship is called Tokachi and has nothing to do with Yoda, and this camouflage is just obnoxious, like really. The gray one luckily looks okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna veto it, but it wouldn't be a smash for me, definitely. If this was my ship, you would have to veto to pass it. I don't really think I have much to say about it, though. It's just one of those ships, you know. And I'm sorry to say, but I kind of feel like that's something that in current battle pass for paid, we have a ship called Optio. Well, there's like. And there's been a couple of these ships in paid battle passes that are kind of like new ships, new premium ships. They're just whatever. Like, you get them because it's battle pass, but do you really play them? I don't know. That's how I feel about this thing as well.
This is a funny boat because when I got it, I was like, oh man, I don't know if I can handle that. The gun range is 13.6 kilometers, right? In my build.
Yeah.
So, well, hang on, let me put a
It's like almost the same as your torpedoes.
Yeah. It's like nothing, right? Now, if you are comfortable in a world where you are constantly threatened with death, then you can live in that world with those and use the guns. And you said the thing that's kind of a magic word there, and you'll see this in other boats too. Like Trump is a primary example, but you've got multiple armaments that shoot about the same range. And that means you can kind of use all of those armaments all the time. And so you can use your torpedoes and your guns at targets that are in that 12, 13, 14-kilometer range, right? And like Trump, you can do that with your torps, guns, and your airstrikes, which is actually the perfect example of what I'm talking about. But it does mean that you're in a dangerous place all the time. That makes games in this boat a little bit intense. One of the things that I noticed about this boat, and I'm going to put Brand on the spot here, who I don't even think is here, but like Brand, who's a person from my clan, he's pretty good at World Warships.
He's really good.
Yeah, he's a skilled player, and he's super chill about it, which makes him good to be around. So Brand, I hope
we love Brand.
Ears are burning somewhere, but he likes playing Tokachi. But he likes playing Tokachi because it's challenging and it's interesting when it goes right, and it's hard for him when it goes wrong. For a player who's less experienced in World of Warships or less skilled, me years ago or even me today, as you saw earlier, we were not playing very well.
Yeah.
But I can find Tokachi to be a really frustrating experience. But there are those moments where it does sing and play well. And it's a boat where I think there's a skill to playing it that you can learn. And if you're the kind of player who's played everything else and you don't need an overpowered boat to have a good time anymore, then I think Tokachi can be really entertaining. But it definitely is going to have, I think, the full spectrum of opinions. There's going to be, folks like Callie here in the chat who's saying, this boat's terrible. I can't believe you guys are saying anything nice about it. And then you got Admiral Co-op.
I'm not.
Right. And you got Admiral Co-op who's like, oh, this boat's great. Just take it into PvE, right? And that's a true thing
he's
too.
playing a lot of co-op, so that's a big difference between
100%
two of us and Admiral. And I can see that. Before we end this, I'll give you something silly that you probably would never think about. There was this mode, I don't remember what was the name of it recently, where it was with the respawns. You remember?
Yeah. It was called something, but we all called it respawn
whatever it was
mode.
called,
Yeah.
right? Like, so
Sort
you
of
would just
Destiny
die and
mode or
respawn and
something.
yeah. So for some people know, some people don't. I was stupid enough to reset my entire, like I had all the ships in the game, tech tree, and I've reset everything. Unbreakable line, thank you. And so there were some lines that I really did not feel like re-grinding, and Yoda line was one of them. I don't mind that line. I think it's not bad, but I was, whenever I thought about having to play Omono or Shimanto, I'm like, oh my god. And that unbreakable line came.
I thought Omono was good.
And I don't blame you. It's just not my style of cruiser gameplay, right?
Yeah.
I like some. I just feel like guns are super low DPM, if that makes sense. Like there's a lot of shells, but nothing happens when you hit. That's my feeling.
Yes, I think that's a fair statement.
So recently we had a rework of commander skills for cruisers. And you know what I did? I've leveled up Shimanto, Takahashi into Yodo fully in this mode as secondary cruisers with spamming torpedoes and just secondaries. And I had a blast. I was doing it on stream actually, I think, quite often. It was so much fun because obviously your secondaries on these ships are crap. Yeah. But because there's so many things around you, they will set fires eventually. Yeah. It's like a silly thing. Like you do no damage, but you set fires. And then you go around and you spam these insane torpedoes. And there's a lot of battleships in this mode, right?
They're all close.
And I could just sneak into caps and win a lot because I'm in a cap and just spamming torpedoes and these secondaries are going all over the place. I was getting so much experience and I was actually winning a lot of games. Yeah. And I had a blast that I never would have thought of enjoying this line as in that setup. It's a silly little thing. So maybe I would do something stupid like that with Tokachi. But I can see what Brand is saying as well. And
I put those words in his mouth, but like I think he would say that, but I don't know.
You know what? Like Yodo, for example, if I'm playing if someone is playing a carrier in my division, I will usually go either Yodo or Howden Liu, Golden Line, the Dutch one. Yeah. Because of AA. And I could see maybe using, but the problem is this is tier 7. You can't even go with a carrier. You can, but in a failed div. Yeah. But I don't know. Not my ship, definitely.
That's an interesting, anecdote you shared about playing Unbreakable Line, the respawn mode. And using a boat that you would never have used in that way, in that mode, and having it be a totally different experience. And I think we've seen that Wargaming has recognized this as well. In their waterline way back at the beginning of the year, they said, hey, one of the things we want to invest a lot in this year is maps and modes. And maps are hard to make, so we're only going to probably make you one, but we're going to do what we can with modes. And we've seen a lot of modes this year. Unbreakable Line's been here. ASIMS has been making a return. We've got the back in the day mode, the blast from the past mode. We had the recent World War II co-ops that we're seeing. Seasonets mentions brawls, right? So, and those brawls are, and we've talked about this on the channel before. Some of you guys, this is probably a rerun of Clyde saying weird things, but like those, when they build us a new mode that has a different meta and a different experience, all of these 700 ships that they've put out have a different way to interact with each other. And that can make a boat that sucks in this mode, that might be your favorite mode, really cool and really powerful and really fun in another mode. And so I don't know that I personally think they've been super successful in all of the modes that they've made, but I have played more non-random battle modes in the last, couple of years than I have for most of the rest of my World Warships career, because I play a lot of random battles. I play a very small number of ranked battles, and I play clan battles when the stars align there. And so for me to dip into those other modes is kind of rare. And I blame two things. Number one, Wargaming's been making a lot of modes, and number two, streaming. Right? You guys are like, "Have you tried that mode?" And I always go, "No," and then I get in there, and sometimes it's a lot of fun. And so I think a boat like this, or many other boats in the game, definitely has a different impact and a different feel in different modes, and that's worth exploring sometimes.
You also don't care, so you're open to trying stupid little things in these modes, right?
Yes.
But
yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't enjoy these modes. That one I did not enjoy until I realized, wait, I can actually get a lot of experience and level up through this.
Sure.
And then again, on stream, it was funny. People would come and be like, why are you playing secondary Tokachi or whatever? Like, it's
you made a lot of friends
silly
in chat, didn't you?
yeah. But in general, I'm not like, I tried Blast from the past. I was like, no, I'm just gonna play random. I don't know. Because personally, I don't mind having submarines and carriers. I know I'm weird. It is what it is. But in general, I don't really care about it, and I'm always scared of that, because let me tell you something. I would rather, now all the years after, and with all the experience we have gathered, I would rather play. What was the name of that map that was removed? The mode?
The Epicenter.
Epicenter? I would rather play Epicenter than... Oh my God, Clyde, my brain.
Yeah, Arms Race is probably the
Arms Race, yeah. I can't stand Arms Race. I just can't. And this was a mode, they tried the funny thing, and it ended up being in regular rotation. I just hate it because it messes up with all of my... built-in memory about how fast my ships shoot, how much damage can I expect, how like all that stuff. I hate that.
I have all those.
And Epicenter was silly. You could get a good or a horrible game. But it was. I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah, I did not have a problem with Epicenter. I kind of feel like it could come back now, but who knows? Maybe the community is still spicy about it. I had all the same complaints about Arms Race as well, but I find Arms Race, now that it's been out for however long it's been out, it doesn't bother me as much anymore. It does give me different objectives and a different way to play. It feels very much like a regular battle, but with weird numbers and fake stats. But
let me ask you, when your destroyer, and this happens in 110% of the games, when your destroyer runs in to get a
stupid buff.
0.1% heal and dies for it,
you gave him
first minute of the game. Do you like that mode?
You gave him more credit. You said he was going for a heal. He's probably going for the more damage one. That's like even less
whatever.
valuable.
It's something.
But yeah,
you lose your ship for it. It's like, come on, man.
I agree and I understand. Is it Epicenter in Brawls? Why would?
Really? Is it?
I never play Brawls.
I'm gonna play Brawls if it is.
I should go play Brawls more, but that's crazy.
Thank you, guys.
No, thanks for letting me know, man. That's funny. Anyway, that's a lot about Tokachi, but I think I smashed it and you said, I guess that's fine. Is that where we landed?
Yeah, I don't really care about this ship.
All right, smash.
She smashable.
Okay, here we go. What's the button I push to go next? Well, this one's yours.
Oh, that's my reaction.
That's your reaction?
Okay, actually, no, when I think about it, this is great. Oh, okay. I know I said Nostroshimi is my favorite destroyer, but maybe it's Cossack, actually. I don't know. It's one of these two, definitely. So, first of all, Cossack, as it is an absolute beast, not only at tier 8, but can easily play tier 10. This is a gunboat with a short, regular British destroyer smoke. Has really good guns. Is relatively agile and has single drop torpedoes, whatever, single tube torpedoes, with concealment of 5.4. So you are almost style match. There's only one ship that has that concealment at your tier, and if you find her, you will just rinse her, and that's the infamous, in my case, Asashio that I can't stand. So just make sure she can't even torpedo you, so you're fine. So sorry, 5-5. Yeah, 5-5. I apologize. Asashio is 5-4. Thank you, Seasnuts. So this ship, there's another thing about it. It's only premium. And in this case, I would say black version is actually better because it's cheaper. I think, yes, but I think it's 4,700 doubloons in black, I think. So you can, this is, if you ask me, this is the best black buy that you can do on Black Friday, in my opinion. I don't think there's better value for any ship in Black Collection than this one when it comes to like bang for buck. And also, when I made a US account, this was the only ship I actually purchased as a premium. I don't know if you remember, Clyde, I talked about this.
Yeah.
Because this gives me an opportunity to just log in and play with friends and feel extremely useful on a relatively cheap ship. This is a gem. It's not even hidden, and it has a bonus. Well, black version doesn't, but it actually has, you have a chance to get on the regular one, you have a unsinkable Sam camo, and you have a little cat running around your ship. I mean, that just above everything, right? Like, we can agree on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Smash. Absolute smash for me. If you manage to trash this, I'm going to be very impressed.
I don't know what I'm going to do because I'd like to be able to get out of our studio alive. I don't like Cossack. It doesn't work.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Wait, this is amazing. I would have never thought this would come from your... Okay,
it doesn't work for me, and it's partly because I make dumb mistakes. So my bad relationship with Cossack is my fault. Cossack, I think, has like 4 hit points. Let me see how many it really has.
She's not tanky, that's for sure.
She's not very tanky. Now, that's not Cossack. I mean, it is Cossack's fault, but like 15,000 hit points, right? And no way to recover them. Now, to be fair, I could just be smarter about my decisions. She has a lot of guns. She's got good DPM, as you mentioned. Really, really good DPM.
Yep.
Her shells are slow and arcy, which can make them a little bit difficult to hit with. But if you're up front fighting another destroyer, you'll be okay as long as that destroyer doesn't, as long as they don't know anybody else, right? If the enemy team is
also later in the game, if you survive the brawl, archy shells are not bad for farming, like Marceau or whatever,
and things,
like where you can over heals exactly. So get some damage that you're missing or whatever.
I don't think no, you're good. I've been sitting here kind of listening to you talk because I know that what you just said, your little speech about how Cossack is your favorite ship in the world or whatever, right? And your first premium on NA, excuse me, which I think is that's really telling. I think that's a lot of people's experience with this boat. I don't think I have it in me to veto your smash for this boat, but because I know that it is.
You can try.
I know. The question is, do I want to take away your Uno reverse? Because I know that's what would happen, and that would be fine. I can't fight the Uno reverse.
Absolutely.
But because I know the boat's good, I have a bad experience in it. I think if I sat down and I paid attention and I wasn't streaming and I was focused, I think I'd be just fine in Cossack and I would have a good time. But I usually find
Is this the next challenge for Clyde's stream?
I don't think my numbers are that bad in it, but they're not that good. I'd have to go look it up. But I think it's potentially on a list for a boat that we'll wind up getting to play some. So I think I'm gonna let it go and not fight you on it because I know it is a good, strong boat. But I find it to be a challenging boat to play. And it's funny because I think I might be the only one. So, if you guys feel the same, let me know. We'll start a fan club of people who are like, Cossack's medium, guys, get over it. And then all the other people in the world will tell us we're wrong. But I don't know. That's my experience.
This is one of the ships that I have most time played on, actually, now that I think about it. One off,
And it's a very well-loved ship. If you took a survey across the entire World Warships community and said, what's your favorite destroyer? This one's going to be high on the list. It's going to be up there, right? So I know this, and
See, this is strange because I never recommend buying a ship.
Yeah.
But like this is an easy recommend. If you want to spend your money, I would say this is one of the best options on the market.
Asta.
Oh.
Asta69 says, or Hasta69 says what I'm thinking, which is when I play the Cossack, the enemy always shoots me. And when my opponent plays the Cossack, no one ever shoots it. That is me when I log in to play Cossack every single time. And I see a comment here. Snow says, I love facing overly aggressive Cossack players when I have my Loyang. And then C's replies, I like facing Loyangs that rely exclusively on their hydro gimmick, right? I think that's actually...
It baits you.
It's a really good dichotomy, those two boats, right, fighting one another. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
The thing with Cossack is you're gonna have a good game in it, and you're gonna realize at one point, oh my god, this ship is so strong, and then you will try to replicate this over and over again, and it won't happen because you're gonna be too aggressive.
Yeah.
And Cossack has really nice kind of skill curve to like learning how to play smart with it. And once you stop being aggressive, you become a monster in a cap. Like it's a capping machine. It will take out 2 destroyers potentially, especially if you have some support. You can escape easily. It really is such a good ship. It's such a good ship. I'm looking at it now. I want to play.
I was just going to say the same thing. I love doing this show because every time I do, I'm like, I got to put these ships on my go play them list. And I usually want to go play ships that I'm like, I don't like that boat. And I want to go find out, why don't I like this boat?
Yeah, I'm the same. Like if someone challenges me in not liking something, I'm going to go and play it because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, you know?
Yeah. I want to take a moment real quick and thank Tiger's Den. Just gave out 5 community subs. Perfect. So thank you, Tiger. And then Valorant, of course, did their thing where they're buying extra subs for the channel. So those went out to JFK, the Scara, Forrester, Asgard, is it Seekin? And 48th Bow. So
Tiger's a good friend.
Thank you, Tiger. That's awesome. Let's give him a shout out in the chat too. Yeah, good friend of both of our shows, I think. Tiger's a good dude. Thank you, Tiger. Completely generous and not necessary, but I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. So yeah, I think we're gonna say Cossack B is a smash because I just don't have it in my heart to crap all over everybody's favorite little darling.
you would make a lot of enemies. Yeah, Tigers doesn't like being shouted out. So
sorry, Tiger.
You
guys ignor the shout out. But
we still do it because he's so good. His stream is so good that everyone should visit it.
That's all good. Yes. Thank you, Tiger. All right, I'm going to hit this smash button. Cossack B is a smash.
She's smashable.
Delightful.
I mean, if you trashed this, you would have made so many enemies on YouTube as well. I think you're aware of this.
And I think what you talked about a minute ago was exactly it, right? You see people be aggressive in it. And then when people talk about Cossack, what do they say? They say, oh, yeah, dude, Cossack's so good. You just dive into a cap, use your hydros, and you bully destroyers. That's a recipe to get your ass kicked in Cossack. What they said is not what they're doing. What you're doing is being more cautious, like you said. And
you got to have exit strategy with this. And then it's so easy. Oh, my God.
And I know that my successful games in Cossack are the more cautious ones. And my not successful games in Cossack are the aggressive ones. And so for me, it's a matter of going, okay, remember you're a dum-dum and you need to be more careful. And once you do that, that's when I have my better game. So for me, I just want to make sure I throw that out there. But it's worse because of the way the community talks about the boat, which is, oh, you just go in there, you can do whatever you... No, you can't. You have 4 hit points and half the torpedoes you're supposed to. And your shells go like this. So if you recognize those weaknesses and play it accordingly, then the strengths start to really show up with this boat. And so that's something I need just tattooed on my hand so I can look at it when I'm playing. You know.
True. I get baited all the time into doing stupid things in Warships. I mean, that's just how it is. Also, I forgot to say, it's a real ship.
Yes.
Famously a real ship. So that adds to value for a lot of people. So I'm just saying.
Real steel.
Yep.
We also got a gift sub from Tails as well, who gifted a sub to Tiger. So thank you, Tails. I appreciate you. Okay, so you went first on Cossack, which means I get to go first on Ignacio Allende. So this is a little bit.
There we go.
A little bit leveled up from the La Argentina we talked about earlier. Ignacio Allende is a tier 8. this line came out and I didn't play it right away. And then Skada does his thing. Whenever new ships come out, he comes to my show and he goes, "Did you play those new boats yet?" And I go, "Oh yeah, no, I was over here playing Lushun or something." And he goes, "Go play them." And so then I logged in, and my very first battle in Ignacio was great. So this is where that line opens up and starts to do the thing that it's supposed to do. It's where it has the combat instructions to let you recharge your heal and all of those things based on the hits that you get. I like this boat. I had a good game in it the first time. I've had other games in it since. Yes, Cease points out that when he played this boat, Malta was super popular, and that wasn't fun at all. That is true. Malta has been nerfed since then and is less popular now, so that will help. But
you
yeah,
also have solid AA, I think, on this, right?
it's decent. Yeah, I mean, it is a light cruiser, and so it's got what you would think of light cruiser AA. I don't remember specifically.
It's a booster
the
line,
numbers.
right? So it should be, it's,
Yeah.
okay.
The camo is beautiful, as is pointed out here in chat. Fantastic. Hey, Cap, welcome. But I think this is a good boat. I don't think it's for everybody. The gimmick is gimmicky, and it forces your hand to play in a certain way. I'm going to say this boat's a smash because I do like it. I like this play style. And I do think as the line levels, obviously, this one is a nice introduction to the power that you're going to see at higher levels, especially in competitive modes with fewer ships out there. This boat's probably easy to play in ranked, more so than in randoms, I'd say. But yeah, Cheg, what are you thinking about Ignacio Allende?
So I had a mishap with this line.
Okay.
I played tier 9 on stream in ranked, and then someone came to my stream and said, "Dude, this isn't testing. Why are you playing this?" And I had to go through all protocol of going back to the office and being like, "Oh,
No.
guys, I did a bad thing," and that's a big no for wargaming. I'm not talking about employees. I'm talking about everyone, CCs, anyone, testers, anyone.
Yeah.
It was like around some King of the Seas or whatever, and I don't know how I just made a mistake. And this line, very, very strong. I think, in my personal opinion, the strongest tier for tier is tier 9, Santander. But on tier 8, you already, as you said, you get the full flavor of it. Funnily enough, I don't like the camo. I don't like that green. I like the idea because it's inspired by traditional, art from the region, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
I just don't like the green that much, so I actually run the basics. It's basic perma camo is like gray, and it looks decent, but it's just like monocolor. So many gimmicks. This ship is insane. Like, you can push battleships in this because you can heal through the as I've said, through the citadel hits, because you have super heal that heals through it, and then you have extremely potent torpedoes. I wouldn't say they're necessarily very good, but close range, they're nuclear. They will just delete the ship because there's so many of them.
Yeah, 8
so
kilometer
you can't.
torps, 2 quad launchers, 16,600 damage.
Exactly. And these ships are brawlier than you think, because it's a Worcester line. You think Worcester, you don't want anyone to see you to hit you or anything. No, it's fine. You can get hit and you can recover, and you can be more aggressive and utilize your short range torpedoes. And then you have a gimmick on top that gives you faster 80% preparation, like reload and everything. So you get your radar back, you get your super heal back, you get your hydro back. It's a very, very complex ship, I would say, but very powerful in good hands. The problem that I have with this ship is there's a premium ship called Almirante Grau, which is also the same nation. And then there's her sister ship that is Dutch, that is 7 provinces, that are so much fun to play. So for some reason, I connect all these ships together, even though they're not. They're really not. They're completely different. But Almirante Grau came at the same time. I think it was the premium of that tech tier line.
Yeah.
Which to me is one of the most fun ships to play. And it's funny because I just said few ships ago that, why would I play the premium if I can play a good tech tier ship with Baltimore? this stands for this line as well. I think Ignacio Allende, I probably or Allende, I'm probably mispronouncing the name. He's probably stronger ship than either of these two. I mean, Southern Province is very strong, but and if you want raw results, you will go with the Tech 3 again, which is great. I like that. But I personally am probably going to jump into Almirante Grau just because it's so funny to play. So that's a tiny dent on its hull for me. However, I have to say smash for this. Like 8 and above, I would struggle to say trash for this ship.
Yeah,
they're just very, very strong.
A couple of just elements to highlight too, because you talked a little bit about the equipment, and so I just wanted to talk about this a little more specifically on this ship than we did on others, because you talked about the complexity of the ship. So there's only one type of shell, but you do have torpedoes. Then down here you've got 4 items in your consumables. Obviously, damage control party, which we always have. The heal is not just a regular heal; it's a super heal. So 555 hit points per second, and as you mentioned, a higher propensity and ability to recover from citadel hits. She's got hydros. Yep. These are the 3-kilometer short-range hydros. And then also a radar, 9 kilometers, so kind of a shorter range radar. And then all of that is affected by this combat instructions, the consumable operational readiness combat instruction. When active, it reduces the reload time of all of your consumables by 80%. So you want to make sure that when you use this, your heal is on cooldown, maybe your radar is on cooldown as well. And it gives you a huge opportunity to get right back into using that heal again. That's where the survivability comes from. It kind of becomes this self-propelled monster of a ship. What you said, I saw a comment in chat. So El Profe de Historia, who's one of our LATAM CCs from Chile, talked a little bit about how the art doesn't correspond to some regions, and many from the LATAM community are kind of disappointed. I do think that this is cool art. Now, I am the last person who should be speaking about whether or not this is culturally appropriate. I like the art. I think it's cool. But there are so many cultures in Latin America, and they all have their own stuff. And I think it's very common for folks who are less familiar with all of that, like myself and others, but to take a look at that and just be like, well, that's perfect. It represents everybody in that enormous continent.
Oh, that would be crazy to think of.
Obviously, that's crazy, right? Well, I think this is cool. It's stylish, and it loosely refers to the region. I can imagine that there would be.
No, I do remember now. Really she cool mentions that. I do remember there was some drama about this. The ships as well, because they were paper ships, and there could have been some other solutions. There was a lot of drama around this line.
There was, yeah.
But the good thing is they're very powerful and fun to play. But what you just explained, this was one of the as an experienced player, this was one of the most difficult ships to just utilize properly, because I was always getting caught in, like, don't forget that, for example, you build up your F key, you don't have to use it, just leave it there, you have it, you're good. Where I was afraid that it's going to run out or whatever, right? Like, you just use it later, and then don't use it if your things that you care for, like radar and heal, are not on cooldown, because you might think it will speed up your cooldown, but no, you gotta wait for them to be fully used. So you use radar, you wait for it to end, then you use your reload. Same goes for heal.
It's a small thing, but it's important to do it.
It's so easy to make a mistake in your own gameplay. That is so frustrating, because that might be the reason you die and lose a game or ranked or whatever. They're not easy to learn, but once you learn them, they're not difficult to play. They're not that. They're so much more. Like, Worcester is one of the most difficult lines to play when it comes to cruisers, I would say, because they're so finicky. One mistake, you're dead. That's it. These are not. These, when you learn how to utilize its superpowers, I would say, they are actually very durable ships.
Yeah.
And the AP is good as well. Yeah, you have only AP, there's no fires, but AP is good, man. This AP is good.
Yeah. Kelly Cantola in chat says, I probably need to revisit this line because I only remember how low the damage output was. And that's actually one thing that is kind of true. Like, the AP is good, it works and everything. There are ships that are hard to push around with it. Destroyers and stuff. You're going to get like little overpens, and you will bounce shells at times. Like, it's going to happen. The damage output, actually, these are not going to compete with high damage outputting ships. What they really do well is they stay alive and have continued battle influence by being alive, preventing people from being able to leave that cap that they thought they'd already won. And now I'm over here and I'm going to be a cockroach and I'll never die. And I'll be able to really contest that area and put pressure on that team so that they can't ignore me. But even though they can't kill me, and maybe I'm not killing them either. And what we see in clan battles and in tournaments and in competitive modes is you'll see people take this boat
Oh.
because it never, ever, ever dies. You'll put 3 ships on it and you're wasting time. It isn't that the ship's getting a lot of damage on you, but it's causing you to waste time. So I think these boats sing. They really perform well in ranked clan battles, competitive modes of whatever type tournament play. But I think in random battles, they might feel a little meh. They might feel a little low damage. And that's definitely something that's true. At least in my experience. And then he continues and says, compared to the Almirante Grau, its battle impact felt a little bit low. I think Almirante Grau is a lot more effective in a random battle than Allende is, but there are situations where the reverse is true. I, like you, Cheg, I prefer the Grau to this boat just because its gimmick is so stupid and fun, and I love it.
It's so dumb. Yeah, you do nothing and you get better. Okay, I
Yeah,
can
it's
do
like
that.
amazing. And you're just like laughing while you punish some battleship for existing, which is not fair. But like, and then that battleship turns around and smashes you with a giant citadel. So like, it's kind of a mix of both. But yeah, there's a lot to say here. I think this is definitely, it sounds like we agree this is a smash ship. It's certainly the start of something good as you watch the rest of the line develop up into the upper tiers as well.
Someone said, Greg said it started 7. I think they started 8, really. I think this is the first powerhouse of a ship when unlocked fully. 7 is pretty good to teach you how to get there. 5 and 6 definitely. I don't think they are. But 8, 9, 10, woof.
Yeah, that's where they open up. That's where they start to be themselves. I see we got Snob here. Hello, Snob. Welcome. Okay, let's we're gonna hit the smash button here and we'll move on to our next one.
She smashable.
Excellent. That is a smash. Okay.
Whose turn is it? I don't
I
even
don't
know.
know.
This
you
was yours.
did
So-
Cossack. I did this one. Now it's your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got Forrest Sherman. There's no title on this one, but this one's Forrest Sherman.
Okay. We're getting some interesting ships today, really.
Yeah. That's good. This is a good one to talk about, I think.
It is, yeah. And it's also one of my favorite ships of one of my real life friends who I play with a lot. Ama, you know him. You actually met him in real life.
Cool. Amatsu.
I am not particularly good in Sherman, which doesn't mean I don't play her, which should tell you a lot.
I second this boat.
Even
Let's
though
hit battle.
I'm not good at this ship, I still keep trying because it's very satisfying gameplay. There's just something about solid sap on a destroyer, and when it does the things right, Jesus Christ, people hate you. This can ruin someone else's game. Okay, so Sherman, I believe, is another one of many Fletcher class destroyers.
So Forrest Sherman is actually its own class.
Yeah. Wow, okay, I did not know that. I know its torpedoes are semi-accurate. It has only 2 torpedoes per side in a very narrow angle, but I do think in real life they had this homing like Vigily thing that was added later in the game, but unfortunately this ship didn't get it and they never even said that they're going to rework that, which is silly. However, having these 2 silly torpedoes that are almost fixed, when you hit someone with that, it is very satisfying. It's like hitting someone with Venezia torpedoes. It's like, goddamn, like it's so silly. However, torpedoes are not important for this ship. This is a classic gun barge. Like you sit in your smoke, you set either AT or SAP, and you just print shells. And on the receiving end, it's one of the worst feelings ever. It's like Smolensk or, one of those ships where it's just like you see the puff of smoke and there's nothing you can do and it just keeps shelling like insane. And it hurts. It hurts. There is one downside to this ship that I really don't like, which is the same as some other destroyers that are considered, some of them are even considered or are cruisers in real life. Like, for example, Elbing Line, which if you play random games alone, solo, it's very often that if you're playing a destroyer, you're going to be the only destroyer on your flank, and you are a tool that technically helps your team see the enemy team and is able to find targets and shoot and perform. Sherman is not that ship. It will try usually to make sure that it does a lot of damage. And so from selfish perspective, play, but as a team player, I'm not very happy when I see Sherman on my flank, if that makes sense. If I see Sherman and Shima, yeah, I'm all for it. I love it. It's amazing. But if I have only one destroyer and that's Sherman, I don't feel very confident about that flank because I might not have anything to shoot at, or I might have to spot or whatever, which I might be in a battleship or whatever. So fun ship to play, very potent, very powerful. Has hydroacoustics, which is really important because you spend a lot of time in smoke, and you really need that hydro to like escape torpedoes that will for sure come your way at tier 10.
Yeah.
And I think it has pretty decent AA as well. So you're most of the time you're in the smoke, so you're effectively using your AA because the planes are not spotting you, so you can farm some base XP if anything's flying over you, and in that way support your team. So I think, it would be very difficult, even though I don't really play it much. I have it on my side very often as Ama is playing it, and it would be very difficult for me to trash this ship. I think it's one of those ships that people those who play it a lot and they really enjoy it. So yeah, this is a smash ship for me, definitely.
I think you're right. There's a big fan of this, a big fan base, I should say, for Forrest Sherman. There's actually a museum ship of this in the Seattle area. It's in a little town.
I did not even know that.
Yeah, it's in a town called Bremerton, and you can visit it, which is pretty cool. In fact, when we did the first Golden Barnacles, this ship won the Best Ship of the Year, the People's Choice Award, because it is that popular with the people. And so it got a lot of votes and everything. And so I actually went down to that museum ship and filmed a little thing there, which you can see on the Golden Barnacles.
I probably even watched it, and I did not connect the dots.
It was like a 2-minute segment, not a big deal. But for those who haven't seen it, it's something you can check out. But yeah, Forrest Sherman is super popular. To me, this is sort of the gun version of Jaeger. It's sort of a selfish boat.
I never thought about it that way, but I agree.
It doesn't help anyone. It only, you said it was, kind of selfish gameplay, and it is. It's a very selfish boat. It goes out there and it just sits in its cloud of smoke, and it's like spam, 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 just throwing shells out everywhere. And I don't know. I find that playstyle kind of boring. And I find that it doesn't help my team, and it doesn't contribute to victories. And I don't want to be, anti-Sherman, especially because there's a museum ship for it, like here in my area. But I don't much care for Forrest Sherman. And
okay,
it's tough.
But I gotta ask you something.
Yeah.
This is from like the perspective from which we do Smash and Trash. We never talked about this because it never came in this way. Because when I think about Smash or Trash, I think from the perspective of me playing the ship.
Yes.
That's it. That's how I grade it. But there are some ships that I just can't stand existing in the game and like playing against them.
Yeah.
But in a way, that's like a good thing for the ship. I don't even know how to put it. Like
there's
such
no
a difficult
rules
thing to
Smash or Trash, right? And so
no, I'm just curious. How are you? How are you? Like, are you thinking like from the player perspective who plays a ship, or like? Because I did the same. I immediately brought up division or maybe my flank or whatever, because this ship is a problem for your team if it's not set up properly. Often I will play Gearing and he's gonna play Sherman, and I'm gonna give him even more smoke, and I'm gonna spot and torpedo and cap while he's ruining other destroyers and cruisers, right? So it works great.
Right.
But if I'm playing a random game and I see Sherman and I'm in a battleship or cruiser, I'm like, oh my God, no.
Right.
No.
Right. And there's kind of a question is like, should that make us feel differently about it?
I don't know.
In Smash or Trash.
Maybe.
Right? And because there's no rules in Smash or Trash, and that's on purpose, by the way. It's kind of a funny thing. I'm actually trying to look it up here to see how many games I've played in it, because I don't know. Get rid of all these other boats. I've played 21 battles. I'm not very good at this boat either.
Probably about the same as me. I have 70,000 experience, so probably like the same-ish.
Similar-ish, yeah. What does mine say? Mine says 92,000 experience. So that's how
Yeah.
much. I haven't played, hundreds of battles. And maybe my problem with this boat is I try to play it like a destroyer. And it's not that. Like you said,
It's a cruiser, right?
it's
It's
a-
a cruiser without citadel.
I mean, it's acting like a cruiser for sure, right? That's definitely
Yeah.
a more way to play it. But I think one of the best things about Forrest Sherman is that whenever they let you do the ship exchange, you can cash this ship in and get enough points or whatever to get like a
I
tier 8
never thought
premium,
about that.
and it's the cheapest tier 10 coal ship. So you can give away coal to get a tier 8 real money premium and then buy the
Oh,
Sherman
okay.
back with coal. This is actually, to me, the best thing about Forrest Sherman. So I'm going to veto your smash on this one just for interest's sake. I would say, like, you asked me again in 2 weeks, I might be like, nah, Forrest Sherman's fine. We could smash it. But today, I'm going to veto it and say that this is a trash boat.
Someone
I-
ruined you yesterday
just
in the
make-
game or something.
No. Did I just make friends? They might all be the same now. Snob points out that maybe they normalized all the coal prices. That's a good question. I think you're
True,
probably
true.
right, Snob. I'd have to go look, but
Well,
that was a
normalized
goal.
almost all the cold prices because steel legends are still more expensive, and there's some like Brisbane is different. I think I don't know why they didn't just normalize everything, equalize
well,
everything.
it's
but
based on rarity.
it's not even touch rarity. It's
Yeah, we don't have to go
ridiculous.
there. Forrest Sherman,
Uh,
yeah, they did normalize all the tier 10 destroyers that are available are 260,000 coal. So that's a good point.
Fair.
At least the tier 10 DDs.
Fun
I didn't
detected.
look at
I'm
everything.
kidding.
Fun detected. Let me smash that.
I'm kidding.
Speaking of smashing it, are you going to Uno reverse me on Forrest
Nah.
Sherman? No,
Nah,
you
you're
won't
fine.
even
You're fine.
defend it.
I'm
sorry
I
about
don't
this,
play it
chat.
enough. If I was Ama, he would probably just use reverse and Uno, like everything, like wherever I have,
Dude,
yeah.
There's so
Well,
many
you
people.
actually vetoed,
so many
yeah.
people. I will tell you too. And well, actually, let me hit this button so that it's finalized, and then I'll make an apology to the chat
Fair.
here.
This boat is trash.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get kicked off of YouTube for that one. But
No,
So-
but look, someone in chat is saying the same thing. Like in a div, it's a great ship,
yeah,
but
Yeah.
I see destroyers as ultimate support class in World of Warships.
yeah.
It's like the win is on their back if they do their thing properly, and Sherman just does not have the tools to do that, right? So that's very, very difficult. But at
Yeah.
the same time, it's so much fun to play. So it's like, what do you do with this thing?
Right.
Well, you don't have fun playing it. Sorry, you were about to defend yourself.
No.
Go for it.
I mean, well, I want to point out that I understand that the community is a huge fan of this boat. In fact, when we did the Golden Barnacles, the Forrest Sherman did not win Best Destroyer of the Year. I think Trump won Best DD of the Year. And like the pitchforks came out, dude. The chat just blew up, and all these people were like, "What? How is it not Forrest Sherman? Get out of here!" Blah, blah, blah. Like it was just like a little bit of chaos in the chat. And then later, when the People's Choice Award came up and it won, everyone was like, "Vindication!" Right now, that was back when the boat was new. It was the year after the the event
Mhm.
after the boat came out. And so, like, I imagine that a lot of emotions have cooled since then, right? But at the same time, I think the Forrest Sherman fan base is strong. There's a lot of people who still love this thing, and it's going to be continued support forever. So just because I said this boat is Garbo doesn't mean you guys have to feel that way. It is a strong boat, lots of damage. It has lots of strengths, but it's got poor detection. It doesn't help its team out very much, and I find the playstyle just uninteresting. And maybe it's just because like I'd rather be like in Tokachi, almost ready to die, than safe and secure in my Forrest Sherman getting free damage that didn't feel like I worked very hard for it. But it's just opinions and feelings. I don't know. What do you think, Cheg? You were gonna say something.
I just die in these ships in smoke, eating a torpedo on Elbing, Sherman.
Yeah.
Anything that stops in smoke and shoots, I'm just dead fish. That's it. Like torpedo will come, and I will die. And when I stream and I play these ships, I announce it. I'm like, in a minute, I'm just gonna die in this smoke.
This is gonna be terrible. Yeah.
On Elbing, I even have in what's the name? There's a equipment that no one uses in slot 5. Instead of concealment, I have torpedo lookout system.
Oh, you do?
Doesn't help. Yes, because it
doesn't
keeps I was like, let me fix this.
Yeah, you should probably
No.
go back to concealment, man. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, you know what I go back to? I go back to gearing.
Yeah. And Wix points out that's what the hydro is for. The hydro on Forrest Sherman is
I
a
know.
very powerful tool. That is absolutely what it is.
But you're
for.
zoomed in and shooting like don't stop, right?
Okay, let's move along. We're probably going to get pitchforked here pretty soon. I don't know how many more ships we have. I put in a
Yeah,
little
I
card.
feel like we're getting to the end. Yeah.
We're probably getting close. Florida.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Whose boat is this?
Yours?
Mine. I like
I
Florida.
think, I'm pretty sure it's yours. Yeah.
I'll deal with Florida pretty quickly, I think. So Florida is a 12-gun U.S. Tier 7 or American Tier 7 battleship. They're 356s, so the pen is not huge. She's fun to play, but she's Tier 7 and has small guns. And when she plays against Tier 9s, that's a tough day. So you got to switch to HE, right? When you're playing against the Tier 9s and spend most of your time running the HE for sure. But I find Florida fun to play. I don't think she's super popular. I'd say this boat for me is like a smash. I think it's a fine little boat. But again, you're going to struggle with those small guns against high tier boats. And so I could see somebody having the opposite opinion. What do you think, Cheg?
So I like Tier 7. That's the first I like playing Tier 7.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, I mostly play Tier 10, but
Feels
I
like
like
home.
playing Tier 7.
Feels like home.
And and Tier 7 has some really good battleships. That's the problem. I think Unitus now is extremely good when it comes to tech trees. I still really like playing my Scharnhorst regular, not even 43. I just like regular Scharnhorst. Did you have some crazy gimmicky ships like Nelson, Dude of York? Yes, it's Dude of York, Brits. I'm sorry.
Ya.
Hood, I love Hood, but
Yeah.
and then Ashitaka. I mean, there's some insane ships. Recently, Tang She, I think that's how it's pronounced, which is an improved version, basically, of already incredibly strong Sinop. Clyde. Last 6 months or so, when I played Tier 7 Battleship, I just play Florida.
Really?
Oh, I don't have that combo.
What is making you
am
switch to Florida? Because you just listed
I
off a
don't
bunch
know,
of
man.
strong boats.
People said that it's really bad, and that's a trigger for me. And then I looked at it, I was like, wait, this is a Carolina hull basically in Tier 7, which is, and it's not really, right? It's not really.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite battleships is Montana. I really like playing that line. I was like, let me try this. And there's just, I can't explain, but I feel very satisfied when I played this ship. And I think recently I've been enjoying small caliber American battleships a lot, like Rhode Island and what's the name? Tier 9. It's really good. Illinois. Is it Illinois?
The cruiser one, yeah. Cruiser guns.
No. Oh yeah, cruiser guns. Yeah, Des Moines guns on a battleship.
Yep.
I've been enjoying because I am lazy, and I'm not switching to HE for destroyers. But I am one of those battleships that religiously shoots destroyers, which I like when I see on my end as well. Because, dude, your overpen is 1350. Like just please try and hit that destroyer. Help me out, right? And when you hit this, you can get full pens on destroyers on Tier 7 and 8, for example, with the Florida, and she's very effective, lower cooldown. I don't know, it's just fun to play. She's not very strong, she's not very powerful, but this is exactly one of those ships when we say personal feeling. Lately, I've been enjoying playing that ship so much. I don't know what to say. It's just fun.
So I saw a comment from Calais in the chat who said, yeah, and it's got 1.7 sigma to make sure that you hit every minute that you're in it. It does have lower sigma, but it's got better dispersion than Colorado. And Colorado we think of as a pretty accurate generally loosely accurate battleship. So Colorado's horizontal dispersion 220 meters, 125 meters of vertical dispersion. Florida's got 182 meters and 104 meters, making for a much smaller ellipse that it's going to be shaking its shells up and throwing it into. The sigma on Colorado is 2.0. So when we talk about sigma, a lot of people may or may not know what that value is for. It is an accuracy metric, and it basically speaks to how likely the shells are to hit the center of that ellipse. So 2.0 is considered a pretty accurate shot. on a larger ellipse, and then 1.7 is less accurate, in other words, less likely to be in the middle, but a smaller ellipse. So what they did was there's two knobs basically for accuracy, and they put Colorado's higher on this side and Florida's higher on this side. And so Florida's shells to me hit a small ellipse, and it feels like they're going to hit the ship I'm targeting. Whereas with a higher sigma, you might be more likely to hit the part of the ship that you're looking at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you think about how that works. So I don't really feel like Florida has accuracy problems. But I do think that the higher sigma in Colorado lets you put, you know, every now and again, you're going to get just a mega citadel on something or whatever, which is great. But I like Florida too. I think this one's a pretty comfortable smash there.
I would never tell someone buy this ship though for money, you know?
Well, it's got a poor reputation.
I don't think I would.
You said everybody told you it was bad, and everybody does tell you it's bad. It's
But
not as
also I
bad as they
can't
say.
argue.
You know.
There are better tier 7 battleships, both premium and tech tree, like on paper, and definitely more effective.
Yeah.
But goddamn, I'm enjoying this ship, so smash.
It's one of the
It's weird.
reasons I don't
love
play it
it.
that often is I go down there and I go, oh, Hood's here. I'm going to play Hood, or, you know, whatever my favorite battleship
I love
of the
playing
day
Hood,
is,
man.
right? Azure and Lane Prinz Heinrich is here, right? Like I'm going to play that instead. You know, I'll find other boats that I like. Sinop is good, or Sinop is good. The Tengshi, as you mentioned.
Thanks,
There's some
Thanks.
good
Now,
boats, dude.
holy crap. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to smash this one so we can move along. Here.
She smashable.
Okay. I don't know why, but every time we go to a new boat, I forget whose turn it is. I think I did Florida. Or did you do
Yeah.
Florida? Okay.
No, you didn't.
That means you have Navarin. Have you played this one? Do you have this one?
Ooh, I think I have it, but I don't think I played it. But let me check.
Ooh.
Let me check.
Well, you're checking.
That's a very rare. If you want to talk about it, go for it.
Yeah. I'm going to talk a little bit
Take
about
this
how
one from
Tails
me.
just
I
gave
do have
10
it.
subs out.
I did not play it.
Thank you, Tails, for the subs, dude. This is legendary. That is 10 subs plus 2 more from the folks over at Valorant. So Rat's Knees, Still Learning, Mini Grizz, Danny's, the Plumber, Asteri Wolfwing, Corel Abs or Corel Labs, Euphonium, Dredge, all you guys, Neil Booten, Ragin the Hog, and Big Red. All you guys just got gift subs. Thanks, everybody. Thank you so much, Tails. It's very generous of you. You wild man.
He is.
Okay. Hang on,
So
did you find out?
I've never. Yeah, no, I have it, but I've never played it. But I remember getting it. I was like, this looks weird. It looks almost like
Yes.
chunkier version of a German tier 8. I would argue probably the worst German tier 8 battleship, which is give me a sec. Anhalt,
Yes.
because it has
Anhalt
more
is
guns
bad.
behind than in front.
Mhm.
But then now I'm looking at this, and it seems like maybe not a bad ship to learn like high tier battleships, because it looks very simple to play because it has nothing. It has no equipment. It has repair and it
Yeah.
has heal, and that's it. DCP and heal. That's it. There's nothing else. You have HE, AP. That's it.
So let me.
I might actually try this later.
You should. And
Secondary?
yes. So hang on. Let me cover some basics with it, and I'm going to show up. I'm going to show it on screen here in detail. So Navarin is the secondary Soviet battleship. So this is
I'm
her.
trying this.
She's got 4-barrel turrets that are 406s. Wixitarn points out that it's slow. Yes, it is. She's got a lot of secondaries. The secondaries, if you look here, many of them are these casemate secondaries. So they don't help you with your AA. So it's got bad AA, but big whoop, of course it does. Then you've got these these 4 double barrel secondary turrets on the side. These rear turrets are 360-degree turrets, which is nice. You're going to be able to spin those 360, which means as you're making your way through the islands, I'm making gestures you guys can't see right now, but as you're making your way through the islands, those guns are going to be able to turn and support you where they can. The 406s work well, but they're not going to pen like, 457s, 460s, or anything like that. I think this is a very fun ship. It was rare, and I think the only way to get it was to spend money or be lucky. And so
I guess I was lucky because I do have it. I don't know.
Here's more casemate secondaries on the other side too. Again, these 3 right here. So she's a fun secondary battleship, and she's one of, is she the only Soviet secondary battleship? I think she's the only one that ever comes to mind for me. So she must be the only
No,
one.
it's the only. I was just going through my 21 commanders. I mean, level 21 commanders.
Yeah.
And I don't have a single one that has secondary build.
Right. And so you need to make one of those for this boat.
I just
Go
did.
borrow one from a cruiser, right? I think Navarin's fun. She's Sibir as well. Yeah. Yeah. Admiral Kopp mentioned.
Okay, but that's brand new.
That's
okay, yeah.
pretty fresh. That's true though. That is a secondary capable battleship as well. Although Navarin's a little more purpose built, I think Sibir definitely can come in and compete. So this boat for me is a smash. I'll just jump in and steal this one from you and just say what I think. But
yeah, I'm not gonna argue anything.
Yeah.
So how are the main guns? I mean, that's a big caliber.
they're 406.
406.
Yeah.
It's decent.
So they're decent. They pen okay. You will find that at certain angles you're not going to be able to make it through certain
see.
armors, but they will work. This thing is great against cruisers. One of its biggest troubles is that it is slow, and it's got a tall, flat broadside. Right, you can actually take damage pretty easily. But she's got a decent heal, and then she's got the fast damage control teams. So when you're on fire, you can be off fire pretty quick if you want to. So I think it's pretty good. So AA, speed, and maybe if you're broadside to real dangers, you're going to be in trouble. But I think the amount of secondary damage it can put out, and then the way those back turrets can flip around 360 is awesome. So to me, it's really capable, really fun boat to play.
It's rare. This is a rare situation where there's a ship that I have and I didn't play. I usually play, but yeah, I don't know when I got this even. And it's a secondary battleship, which I really like. So I should have played it, but I just didn't. I don't know.
Yeah. Wick says problem is as a secondary boat, it loses to anything German, Pan American, European, French. I don't know that it would lose to a European or a French boat that's configured for secondaries. It would be maybe less secondary capable than the Pan American line or the German ships, sure. But it doesn't have to compete with those ships. It has to compete with whatever got loaded into the random battle, right? And so
I mean,
I think it
Johann
still
is
works.
pretty strong though.
Johann's okay.
Because it has torpedoes and it's fast, nimble kind of, but it is light. Like it gets clapped.
Saying from feel without looking at the numbers, I think Navarin's secondary damage is going to outdo Johann's secondary damage. I'd have to go look at the numbers. Chat, you can fact check me and let me know. I'll look it up when I'm done rambling here. But I think the torpedoes definitely are an advantage to Johann, which this boat does not have. So absolutely, that's a concern in comparing the two.
She's so chunky. Looks almost like an icebreaker or something. Soviet icebreaker. I don't know.
She looks pretty
interesting design.
Yeah. Let me pull up Carl, Johann, and I'm going to grab Navarin as well. So when we look at the secondaries, the difference is not in the overall DPM. So the overall DPM, 367,000 for Navarin, 327,000 for Johann. But you have to look at the hitting DPM. Because you're going to look at those two numbers, you're going to go, oh, Johann's right there. It's going to be just fine. It won't be. Because the hitting DPM for Navarin is almost double of what Carl's is. Which means that Carl's guns are less accurate and they don't hit the targets at certain ranges as easily as Navarin does. Navarin's hitting DPM is 94,000 versus Carl's 50,000. So big gap there. So yes, the Carl is going to put out a lot of fireworks, but you're actually going to get work done with Navarin there. That said, Carl's got the torpedoes. So this isn't me crapping on Carl. It's just talking about how Carl the 14th von Johann Meister, I always want to put extra words in there. Carl the 14th Johann is going to bring its damage in a different way, and it's going to use those torpedoes to get it done. Both great ships.
I'm excited. I'm playing this after the show. Actually, I'm so excited about
you
this.
Totally should. It's fun. Yeah.
I don't know how did I miss on this? I don't know.
Nobody bought it. Like it came out and nobody bought it, and then they took it off sale. I don't think you can buy it right now.
There must have been a way to like get it from like random bundle, and I got it in like first, second, or something. I don't even know.
They either
or
did
some container.
Bundles. It was available in containers, so there was a chance you might have gotten it.
I don't even know how I got it. I don't remember because I wouldn't pay for something that I don't know anything about. I always know what I'm buying, but so this had to be. I had to be like super lucky to get this.
Yeah. And again, if Carl was up next, I'd smash Carl too. Fabulous boat here. So Wix, I don't want to take away from your thoughts there, but different ways of developing damage and getting work done. So I'm gonna hit this smash button and let's go.
All good.
She's smashable.
Admiral Co-op says he got her in a Santa container. So I don't know if you had any Santa containers last year. That might have been a way.
Probably, yeah, because there's not many ships I can get from there. Yeah.
Snob says, I think ships like this would get used more often if there were more nation-specific secondary missions. Right now, I have no reason to use this
Please
boat ever.
don't. Oh my God, please don't.
That
Don't.
would be a bad...
I'm sorry, dear friend. That's a horrible idea.
I don't think Snob is suggesting it. He's saying what would cause him
I
to
know,
play
but
the boat.
you know,
Just for the record.
you are community and you're saying, and we know there's some, community members reading this. I used to be one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Not a good idea, please. No.
Yes, you're just
More
speaking to
of like
wargaming, I guess.
broad missions. Like do this with any battleship. That's great.
Exactly. He says, I never said it was a good idea. Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's jump to our next one. So I kind of stole this one from you just because you hadn't had the experience in the boat. So, okay, how about you
Alabama
talk about
Smash?
Graf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir. There we go. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Another ship that used to be very difficult to get, but I see them more and more. I think like over the time they got to people through like random containers, free containers and whatnot. This
Yeah.
ship used to be on a naughty list. If I remember correctly. So
For the
very
uninitiated,
interesting
tell us
setup.
tell us about the naughty list. What does that mean?
It's the ships like Massachusetts or Lenin that are a bit too strong for the current gameplay, and they get removed, and you can't get them anymore. So VG will never remove your ships, but they will remove the ability for new players to get them if they were naughty.
A little too much.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah. Now Graf Spee, a real ship and a very very famous one, famously scuttled.
Yeah.
The English is difficult. Off the coast, I think, of Argentina or
South America for sure. I don't remember what
South
country.
America.
I think
no,
it might
it's
have
not
been
Argentina.
in
It's
Uruguay
it's,
or Montevideo. Or
Uruguay. Yeah, I think Uruguay.
I'll look it up. Chat will
The
tell us.
famously also ship that was not following the rules. It had bigger guns than it was supposed to have on its hull. Uruguay, thank you. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, thanks.
And so this is what they used to call pocket battleships. Basically, and it is in game. It really is. It feels like that. You have it's a tier 6 ship that has 2 battleship turrets with 3 guns on it, a high caliber, low rate of fire, very strong hull if you know how to angle, and it has super funny torpedoes. You can see them in the back of the ship, where they actually have a great. It's crazy because they're in the back of the ship, but they have great angles. You can shoot them almost forward. So it's really good if you end up in a brawly situation, which you don't want to brawl with the proper battleship, but with everything else, you're very, very strong. The whole new line that we are having now in game that starts with Deutschland is actually kind of mimic of this ship. It's inspired by it. But they have manual secondaries. You could technically have secondary spec, cruiser secondary spec nowadays on this. It's fine. But your main power comes from these guns that are the same as, I think, Scharnhorst guns, like 1-to-1, if I'm not wrong, which is insane because Scharnhorst, it is a small caliber battleship, but it's a tier 7 battleship. And you have tier 7 battleship guns on a tier 6 cruiser, so go figure. It hits hard. If you find battleships and cruisers broadside, you will citadel them. It will hurt them, and they might not know because you're a silly tier 6 cruiser, right? So yeah, great ship. This is, a ship that is too good to be in the game, right? And
that's a great
nowadays, tier 6 is not that important anymore. Like most of the people will much faster get to higher tiers and just play there. So, but like for example, here's where its power comes. Like if you're playing tier 6 ranked and you get in the game with this, you're taking a cruiser spot, and there's a high chance that the enemy cruiser will not be Graf Spee, and that is a clear advantage for your team in health points, armor, gunpowder. It's just insane. It's just insane. So it's difficult. Funnily enough, it's difficult Smash for me. I will say Smash because I really like playing this ship, but the availability almost leans to trash for me because it is so difficult to get this ship, and I don't like that. Like I would be okay with everyone getting this ship, and now we're getting Deutschland. Guys, Deutschland is not really the same. I'm sorry, it's just not.
No.
But it's, I mean, you know, it's a good ship as well. But yeah, this is very strong. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Graf Spee is it's good. It's good. This is a great ship. When they first brought it out, you could get it for completing a mission. It was free. It was available to every single player.
There you go.
And it has not been quite that way since. Like you said, it got removed from availability, and they have allowed it out a couple more times. They put it out in the middle of a dockyard once. They put it out, I think.
Oh, true.
I can't remember. There might have been a couple other ways to sneak this one into your ports, but she is a fun ship, obviously, with the heel. Makes her very strong. She really made a big showing in tier 6 clan battles because everybody could take an extra battleship with a heel and hydros and torpedo. Like there was very few reasons to not consider this boat when you went to clan battles in tier 6. So yeah, I don't think there's a lot of debate here. This is a smash ship for sure. Yeah. So I'm going to push this button, I guess.
She's smashable.
Oh yeah. Graf Spee. All right. Kirov. Oh man, speaking of low tier powerful ships, here's another one. Kirov is a Soviet tier 5 premium cruiser with 180 millimeter guns, I think. I'm fairly confident that that's true. Let me hit this button. Kirov.
Yes, 180. 3 times 3, 180.
Yeah,
2
9,
front,
3, or
1
180.
back.
This boat is really great. It's a bit of a glass cannon. This used to be a tech tree ship. This was actually the tier 5 tech tree cruiser on the way to getting the Moskva. And then when they split the Moskva into the Moskva and Nevsky line, or not the Moskva, the Petro and Nevsky lines, this boat got kicked out and pushed over to the coal store. It's cheap for coal. It's strong. It's powerful. It's got hydros, I believe. Yes. And if you need to do a Citadel mission for World of Warships, for a dockyard or something, you can go into co-ops with this or even randoms and just rack up Citadels on unsuspecting bots or players. I don't think this is a long conversation. I think it's a strong boat. It's pretty good. What do you think about Kirov, Cheg?
So yeah, it was nice that if you had it already, you would get the free premium. So if you had it from Tech Tree, it would just translate, just like Moscow, you would just get it as a premium ship in your port. The problem with this is there's 5 or 6 Soviet cruisers. All of them are like slightly worse in one thing and slightly better in another thing in tier 5.
Yeah.
And like most of them, almost all of them are premium. My favorite being some other cruiser. I'm not going to say because maybe we get to that at some point.
Okay.
I actually want to kind of trash this. She's strong. She's strong.
Why
There's
would
no
you trash
argument
it?
from me with that. Because I don't know why. I mean, okay, we talked about this already. It's a tier 5 cruiser.
Okay.
It has to be extreme, like something extreme for me to get into a cruiser in a tier 5 match. Because, as you said, I get in, and yeah, I'm strong, but I just die. And destroyers are super, like, zooming around. You can't find them, you can't shoot them, you can't come closer because torpedoes are everywhere. Like, tier 5 games are extremely chaotic. They're extremely chaotic. If you, by any accident, end up in a tier 7 game with with the... Which one were you? Kirov.
Oh, Murmansk. Interesting. Keep
with
going.
Kirov, you are dead meat. Like, and even person who kills you, it gets like silly amount of damage on 27,000 or whatever. It's like not good for anyone. I don't know, man. They're good. It's good in comparison to other cruisers. It hits hard. Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't want to play it. You know, I just don't want to play it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna veto this one. I'm sorry, man.
Oh,
I don't know. You can't use
Oh,
your
man. Do I
for
have to?
Kirov.
What? No, do I have to Uno reverse the Kirov?
I don't-
What? This is why?
It's a cool game. Kirov reporting, like it's really cool game,
Kirov
and the ship
reporting
looks
game.
great, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's
Oh
just
my
like
gosh.
tier 5 premium cruiser. It's
Oh man, I don't know what's left in the list. What if I need my Uno reverse later, Cheg?
I don't know. You might have to bribe me with something to not. Well, listen. The thing is, I don't have any more Vetos either. So
You are out of Vetos. It's true. I don't think we've ever
imagine a
gotten...
world. You gotta reverse a Kirov. Nice one.
I'm gonna do it. Sorry,
You're gonna
dude.
do it?
I did it. I did it. It's Kirov, man. It's a good vote. You know what's funny?
Okay, fair.
You know what's funny? Kirov, when it was Tech Tree boat, when it was Tech Tree Kirov, I hated this boat for all the reasons you said. I get it. I get it. But like now as a player who's played 15,000 battles, it's been years and stuff, I'm back in Kirov and it's a delight. I love this. I really do love this
Okay.
ship. But I hear you. I hear you on this because
Dude,
I
I'll
thought
just
it
tell you
was
this.
so bad when I played through it the
I'll
first
just
time.
tell you this. Kotovsky, Kirov, Krasny Krim, Mikoyan, Murmansk. Maybe there's something I don't even have. I mean,
That's the
tier
list.
5. Why do we even have this many tier 5 Soviet cruisers? You know what I mean? Like, what's the point?
I don't know.
The best
I
thing about it
genuinely
is
don't
that
know.
you can say Kirov reporting. Molotov, there you go.
Reporting. Molotov is a tier 6, but yeah, it's
yeah, there
it's
you
in
go,
that
yeah.
neighborhood though, right? And it
Yeah, I
usually
do
comes
have
up in the
Molotovs, so yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Mikoyan, I mean, ugh, gross. I don't know, but we'll save this for later. Yeah, there are multiple boats in that list that are good, and there are multiple boats in that list that I could do without for sure. But Kirov is one that I would like to keep. So I spent my
fair.
most valuable resource, the Uno reverse, on Kirov. Scotto would be proud. He's a big fan too.
Oh, really? Okay.
All right, this ship is smashable.
She smashable.
Okay, here we go. All right, what's next? This one's yours. It's this is our last ship. We've got one more.
Okay.
Okay. I put this in here so we would know.
Oh, okay. So it was not. Oh, the next one is last.
We
Nice.
got one more.
Nice touch.
Yeah.
I
One-
like it.
This maybe should say one more ship or something. Here we
No,
go.
it's good. It's good. We know what it is.
This one is all you. Khabarovsk. Khabarovsk?
Oh. Okay, now. See, I mean, we are not going to disagree because I know your take on this ship. But you either don't understand what the point of this ship is and why it exists, or you're having an absolute blast using this ship in a right way and having so much fun with it, pissing people off on the enemy team. So Khabarovsk, similar to Moscow, to Moskva and was it Kirov,
Yeah.
was removed from the regular tech tree. And if you had it before, it just transferred into a special because tier 10s cannot be premiums or whatever. But so
they're
special ship.
ships. Yep.
And everyone who had it got it for free, which is really, it was a nice touch at the time. And then you had to grind Delny again, which I would always play this instead of Delny. So basically, there's a big problem with Khabarovsk, which actually it has K for some forbidden reason. I don't know why it has K in front of this. Ship's name is actually Khabarovsk. It starts with A,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have K. I think it's because like Europeans, like mostly like probably English speaking people, so Americans and some Europeans cannot pronounce it properly if it starts with H or whatever. Like, I don't know why. Or maybe that's how you say the place in English. I don't know. But it's Khabarovsk. And so the problem with the big issue with this ship is if you don't have legendary mod, it's just not working. So you need legendary mod to unlock its full potential.
Mhm.
This ship recently was even improved. And it got a better heal, right? I think it had like just a regular tiny heal. You have an option to either heal or smoke, the correct way of playing this ship, and the only correct way of playing this ship, is using heal. Now it has specialized repaired heal, so it's even better. And basically, the best way I would explain this ship's gameplay is run and gun. You have pretty long range guns. You have horrible what's it, the concealment. They can see you from this, like the moment you shoot, the entire map can see you. It's almost like 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 the Henri playstyle, so to say. So you're gonna start shooting. You can't spot because you're gonna be spotted by enemy destroyers immediately, and you're huge. So you're like a cruiser in size. So you will be shot relatively easy if you don't expect shots. So what you do is you get to like 10, 12 kilometers away and you start shooting at enemy cruisers and battleships for no particular reason. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
But and you set fires and that pisses them off and they start shooting back and they stay revealed because they keep trying to hit this little rat running around the map trying to escape. And it's so annoying. They can't hit you because you're so wiggly and annoying. And then you have this super heal on top of that. So it's a very specific style of gameplay that is not for everyone. They're not very good in competitive gameplay at all. This is in my eyes, strictly random game ship. But goddamn, you can have like 200,000 damage in this. And a lot of spot damage because everyone's shooting at you and whatnot. It's very, very specific. I love this ship. It's one of my favorites, definitely.
This is my most played ship in World of Warships. I have 70 more battles in this boat than I have in my next most played boat, which is actually Grozavoy. So I'm a huge Kaba fan. I'm not even particularly good at this boat.
It's just fun. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not even particularly good at it, but I love it so much. It's just so much fun. And I've played it forever and ever and ever. Tales of Arcanium asks, how do you get the legendary mod? You get the legendary mod by completing ship resets in the Research Bureau. And then you can regrind lines and then they reward you with research points. And then you can go in there and purchase it for research points. It is not available for coal. So I see Admiral says, maybe it's coal or research. Nope, just research points is the only way to get the legendary mod on the boat.
So here's the thing. As a noob, I know Tails is a new player. He started playing 3 days ago. So
he's going to have some time.
You don't even see this. Like this is something that unlocks when you need to get 3 ships, I think, to tier 10 in order to even unlock this option in the armory and start collecting points. So this is way out of reach for a new player. This is a ship you start playing after 2-3 years, I would say, of playing for the Warships, which would be a downside for this ship, definitely. I mean, effectively playing 5 now. Thank you. Maybe it was always 5. Maybe I'm wrong. So unfortunately for newer players, not even brand new, but if you've been playing for like a couple of months and you just got like 1 line to tier 10 or whatever, and you're just enjoying the game that way, this is far ahead. But it's like a veteran
game,
ship kind of.
You know, research points is kind of late game content for sure. Now you can get the ship for coal, right? And you can play the ship early, but like you said, it's a lot more challenging to play without the leg mod. You're gonna want the leg mod for sure. And I put a link in the chat here that there's a video that I made about how the Research Bureau works and everything. It's long and it may or may not be entertaining to you, but check it out if you're interested. It's been a fairly popular video on my YouTube channel. And I think StatsBloke just put out a new one. I don't think most of the rules have not changed, but StatsBloke has a new video about how the Research Bureau works as well. And it's easy to recommend watching his content as well. Good guy.
Stats is amazing.
Yeah, he's a super, super good dude. So again, Kaba, super great. When you have the leg mod on there, your gun range is 14.8 kilometers. You go over 45 knots, and you can rip around with speed boost on and be hard to hit. You're right when you say this is a random battle boat. It's super fun in randoms. It doesn't make as much sense in competitive. Every once in a while, when restrictions get very specific, you might see the odd clan or some weirdo take it into a competitive thing, but it's not normal. That's not where it belongs. I used to play
just because
back when we were, babies.
I was asked to play Delny, and I don't know how. But honestly, without lag mod, you're better just playing Delny, which is a Tech 3 ship,
You are, yeah.
which replaced this one. So it's very, very specific niche ship to play. It also has torpedoes 6 kilometers. You might use them like running around like almost like Paolo Emilio situation
Very
where
rarely,
you just
but yeah.
run in front of a battleship and just, oh crap, what do I do? Okay, I have torps. But very niche. Clyde, this is actually, I think we're both going to smash this.
Yeah,
But
I think so.
I think this is on, like, I don't want to give people like wrong idea. This is probably a trash ship for most of the players of World of Warships. Two of us love it because we're crazy. And when you unlock the potential, it's just so much fun. And it's like almost similar to what we talked about Sherman, where it's very, you like play for yourself. You in this ship, you play your own game. It's almost like a single player game against Reds. That's it. However, unlike Sherman, where you're concealed in smoke and in Elbing and say, you are constantly lighting up enemy ships because they will absolutely try to shoot at you, which will make them concealed by the nature of it because you're close enough to see them when they fire their shots, right? So it's really weird. It's strange, but I love it. Oh my God, I love this ship.
Yeah. And that's, I think you said a couple of things I want to address, but I want to make sure I don't forget any of them. Number one, I think a lot of people hate this boat or have found boats that are better for them. So there's like the Kleber line, right? When Kleber came out, they made it go a half knot faster and they gave it the damage saturation. So it's pretty survivable damage saturation buff that it has. So it's pretty survivable in a way that Khabarovsk is not. Khabarovsk just recovers damage after it's taken it, whereas Kleber avoids damage by getting initial damage saturation and then taking less damage than other ships once it's already taken some initial damage. And so they took some of that speed run and gun thing and they gave it to Kleb. And so because that exists, a lot of people will look at Kaba and they'll look at Kleb and they'll say, I can play and have all the fun in the world with Kleb and I don't have to get a leg mod. That's a better ship. And honestly, maybe it is. It's a really good
correct.
ship.
They would be correct. Yeah, I
it's
agree.
a really good
because
ship.
Kleber is so strong. It's really so good.
Yeah, and I love Kleb too, but it wasn't out when I fell in love with Kaba. So now Kaba. But so
I also, sorry, you play Kleber more seriously. Like you gotta focus to win that brawl with the other destroyer. There's a big expectations that comes when I have Kleber or on my flank. I expect good things to happen. When I have Habarovsk on my flank, I'm like, either this guy knows what they're doing and he's gonna be silly, or he's just gonna die. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like more chill experience to play it as well.
For sure, dude, for sure. And the other thing you mentioned, you brought up Forrest Sherman, right? And the original ship that I used to describe as a selfish ship was Kaba. Kaba is very selfish. It goes out there and it does Kaba things, and it works for itself, and it doesn't care what you need right now. It's busy farming. Leave me alone. I'm Kaba. I'm playing for me. The difference between that selfishness and the Forrest Sherman selfishness is Forrest Sherman isn't tanking and isn't spotting, and it's not doing anything.
Oh, yeah.
Because Kaba is tanking. Anytime a battleship or a cruiser or anybody shoots at Kaba and misses, that's shells they didn't shoot at your team. That's tanking.
Dude, you can have 3 million potential damage in this thing. Like, it actually happens in games, which is a lot for a battleship.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, you can also die. There can be a sap. Colombo, if you see Colombo or San Diego or sap ships or Venezia or something, go to the other side of the world, not map though, because if they hit you, you can't. There's nothing you can do about it. But if you don't have any sap, or there's a chance you're gonna tank 3 million potential damage, have them lit up, get 100,000+ damage on fires. Literally, it's fun, man.
It's fun. It's fun. And again, there's a lot of other fun boats that are out there to play. So again, we're going to say, hey, we love this boat and we smash it and everything. But like the common player base, if you're looking for the right answer for a run and gun boat, it might be a different boat for you, right? It could be Kleber, it could be I don't know, something else. But
there's a lot, and they might be much more easily accessible because of legendary mod.
Wick says, has anyone played this since Libertad came out? I mean, yes. Is
I play it
Libertad's
all the time.
another boat to get farmed, I guess? What are you thinking, Wix? What's your idea? In the meantime, though, we'll talk a little bit about, again, I think this is a fun boat. It's not for everybody, for sure. And so that's definitely a concern. I would recommend, if you're going to get it, plan to go get the leg mod. It'll give you a lot more flexibility, a lot more survivability. Oh, and then speaking of Delny is like this boat, kind of, but not really. She's got some speed. She's got 6 turrets instead of 4, so her DPM is a lot lower. She's got a much better rudder shift than Kaba has. Kaba doesn't turn very well. That was a nerf she received back in 2016, which has still not been rectified, and I'm still sad about it. But the Delny is a much better dodger and juker. And Delny has, I think, 15 or 15.1 kilometer guns without a leg mod. So you lose a lot of DPM, but you gain a little more maneuverability, and you get that range for free.
Also in Delny, you're gonna try and dodge torpedoes more often than in Habros, because Habros you're gonna just keep the distance all the time, so you don't really worry about torpedoes that much. But it was so good because you could dodge shells. You would literally look behind and just like wiggle your butt to dodge shells instead of getting hit. Now you get hit more often, but now she also has a good heal, right? So something was taken, something was given. Also, we did say it already, but why Clyde is talking about Delny is because this was a Tech 3 ship, Tier 10 Soviet, and then it was removed, and Delny came into its place. So Delny replaced this as a free-to-play ship, kind of.
Yeah, Wix clarifies and says, "Oh, sorry, I just meant I never see anybody playing Khabarovsk," and that's true. You don't.
They're not very common. Yeah.
She's not very popular anymore, so you're not going to see. Even I don't play it that much anymore, right? I have Lushun now.
Do.
Lushun makes me happy, so I play Lushun now. Now it doesn't mean I don't play Kaba, but I play it less. So I'm glad to hear you're still getting it out there, Cheg. I'll have to play it some more as well, because this is probably, like, if people go, what's your favorite ship in World Warships? I usually go, I don't know, man. I don't have a favorite. But this is probably the answer. It's probably Kaba. And not even because of Kaba today, but because of Kaba years ago, right?
Oh, it brings memories for sure.
Yeah.
Plus, people are like, why are you playing this? And it has one of the most atrocious skins in the game that reminds me of StarCraft. It's called the Mutatovsk. I don't know if you have that. But it's one of those crazy Halloween camos, and I actually have it. It's disgusting,
it's
so good.
Here she is, the Mutatovsk. It's like some sort of, these skins are dumb. I hate these so much. If there was a show about camos, I would trash all of these camos, which is funny. There's this one. Obviously, it's got its default camo. There's also kind of one of these Mad Max looking ones.
I think default camo for Kaba is actually totally okay.
Yeah, it looks good. I like that there's cars.
It's like a Desely kind of
side of it, which is funny.
Yeah. I don't like this one because, I mean, it's cool, but it's like a Mad Max vibe. But there's so many ships that can use it, and I don't know.
Yeah, it feels.
Yeah, I think this is a very decent camo to me. I don't know. I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I think the default camo is pretty solid on it. Anyway, I think that it sounds like we're going to smash this boat. Any final words on it, Cheg?
No, I can talk about this ship forever, but like, but we agree. But it's very niche, and that's why you guys don't see it, because it's cool. You can get some actually useful ships for coal, for maybe competitive.
Yeah.
You do, if you know about the ship and you get it, you need your leg mod, which is a grind for me.
Yeah,
it's not because I'm a dumbass, but in general, it's because 2 of these leg mods you can maybe get the ship. Like that's a big
really
difference.
Hard to choose.
So them. Yeah, and then there are very useful leg mods for some other ships like Howden Liu or Colombo lately, that becomes one of the best ships in the game that you can maybe invest into your better gameplay. And this is what I'm saying. This is a veteran ship, rarely played, but those who love it, they just, I mean, you never lose that for Havelovsk. It's just
yeah. And again, I think you've said it right there. It's for old timers, like people new coming to the game. They're not going to ever fall in love with Kaba ever. It's never going to happen.
Oh, sorry, I apologize. Yeah, I forgot. This is a naval game, and we have some actual veterans. When I say veterans, I mean veterans of the game. People who play the game for a long time. I did not mean any disrespect or anything.
I just mean that people who are coming to the game that are newer.
It
There-
just came to me. I know that some people get very strict about this, and I did not mean any disrespect. Just like people who play the game for a long
no,
time. That's all.
I didn't even think about it. I'm sure others.
I know
maybe.
you didn't. Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's a common phrase. You used your English correctly. I think you're allowed to
Okay.
say that.
Okay,
You're
cool,
good.
cool, cool.
But like for real, like people who are coming to the game that are new, they're not going to be like, "Wow, Kaba's my favorite ship." I don't think anyone will ever say that. Partly because all of the content creation and everything is going to say Kaba's old and washed up. Don't get it. And in
Mhm.
large part, that might be
They're
true,
not wrong.
but it doesn't mean it's not fun anymore. So anyway,
I think this is the best example of why Smash or Trash is not like
it's not a real review show. Like this
real
is-
review. Yeah, exactly.
it's-
It's just a feel.
It's just vibes. Yeah.
And it could have been so like it could have happened so easily. This is just such a coincidence that both of us really love this ship.
For sure.
It could have happened so easily that one of us vetoes and reverses this ship to oblivion because it just that's just a common thing. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we just enjoy playing it. That's fine.
Yep. Oh, and I will say you made the comment about smoke being the wrong choice for Kaba. There are a very small number of very high skill players who like to play smoke Khabarovsk. And if you find them out there, they will be very problematic for you. But it's like 3 guys. They meet at the Pizza Hut downtown on Thursdays for Smoke Kaba Club. It's not like it's not normal. But if you are one of those people, kudos to you because it is a rare way to play that boat, especially if you're very successful in it.
I'm vetoing that.
You're out of Vetos.
You are not wrong, but putting smoke on Haba is removing fun from it.
Yeah,
That's it.
Forrest
That's just
or-
what it is. Just go play Smolensk or Forrest Sherman. I don't care.
Forrester there says Gaishu plays Smoke Kaba. I feel like there's, I'm gonna say, is it like Dolphin Princess or somebody, some tournament player who's like a big Smoke Kaba player. Dolphin Princess, if there's no way you're watching this, but if you are,
Gaishu is such a good
and that's
friend, and
not
I
true,
love the guy, but
apologize,
I'll have to tell him he's wrong about this.
yeah. Go find
He's
out. if you
100
go,
times better player than me, by the way. So
Oh,
listen
yeah.
to his advice in general, not mine.
yeah. Definitely listen to those folks. But for your average everyday plebes, hull repair is going to be the way to go. Okay, let me push the button. We'll bring this to a close.
She smashable.
And then I think I put one of these in there. Look at this. Thanks for watching. Look at that. Cheg. There, it's over here.
Oh, nice.
Anyway, thanks everybody for watching this. In fact, I'm going to jump over to our little chatting screen. Thanks for watching Smash or Trash with us today. Cheg, thanks for being here. I think this is a long episode. I think this is going to be a super long one, but
I don't know. I think they're all longer than we expect than we plan.
yes.
But I'm just
Yes.
always having so much fun. I'm sorry that I'm stealing your family time, probably.
Yeah, we stream
I have all
little
the
extra
time in the world, but I'm always grateful to be here, and thank you for inviting me and keep doing this. We did a long break in between last episode and this one, but I think that's okay. This is not like something on schedule. We just do it on a whim, and
Yeah.
I always have a blast doing it. So thank you, Clyde, for doing this.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate that you're here. I've wanted to do another episode of this like all summer, and now it's the fall almost, right, or the autumn, and we're getting to it. On YouTube, it said our last episode was 9 months ago, so
Yeah,
that's
it was
how long
ago.
this is.
Yeah.
I think we did. I bet you we did like 2 hours or 3 hours of Smash or Trash today. I don't know. Well, I'll figure out what it is once we cut it
Yeah.
down. The whole
So-
stream is 5 hours, but we played some games at the beginning.
Yeah, but that's not the episode, and then you're gonna cut some probably when being AFK and whatnot. But
yeah,
it's gonna be a long one, definitely.
yeah, for sure.
What can I say? I like long content on YouTube
Mhm.
that I can play on the side while I'm playing games or doing something else. So maybe part of me does it,
You're just
so that I
trying to
can
make
enjoy it later.
be the
Yeah,
change you
yeah.
want to see on the YouTubes. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Cheg, thanks for being here. Say goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Thank you for watching Smash or Trash. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Check dance. I'm not a dance monkey. I'm sorry. You can't even pay me to dance because this is Clyde's stream, right? So yeah, I'm sorry. to disappoint.